beatrice!
Then, please stay where I can always see you.
I dedicate this tale to my beloved witch, Rosa.
Then, please stay where I can always see you. Please stay where I can always see you.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Then, please stay where I can
Yo,
always
today might be a
see you.
super long stream today, or a super short stream today. It really all depends on my bowel movements, but today's a fucking Russian roulette. Today's a Russian roulette here today. I'm muted? Hold on. Hello? 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 Alright, here we go.
Then, please stay where I can always see you.
Anyways, hold on. Let me say hi to people first. Hold on. What up, Yowie Lover?
Then,
Hey, Anna. Hey, Bunny. Hey, Gochu-kun. What up? How you been? Hey, Fixer. Hey, Valor. Hey, Connie. Hey, Yazuli. Did I say hi to you, Paradox? I think so. Hey, Alfredo. What's up? Keeping this Promise 48-hour stream? Well, it kind of depends, because I'm drinking this right now. This has been fucking up my crazy stomach here, so we might have a crazy short stream today. If it's a short stream today, tomorrow will be longer, guaranteed. But it's not ass or moldy, it's yerba. But right now, what I have to do is I have to see Azuli knows yerba. I don't have a thermos, but I do have got this tea kettle. But I'm essentially fiber maxing. Today's the first day I actually made it normal, and I'm not drinking straight sawdust. Almost as if you're eating Kumasawa's pussy, but I digress. Anyways, let me do my thingy on Nikkei really quickly here. Hold on. That has like 50 grams of fiber. It does. It has a lot of fiber stuff in it. What's up, Yowie? What is Unc gonna get his hair dyed? I think if I dye my hair, I might do it like, I might want like a darker color maybe. Maybe like a blonde or something. Like a dark blonde or something, I don't know. Cause my skin is kind of pale. So I don't want like a super light colored hair, cause then I get washed out, kind of like DSP gaming. But watch Mononoke? How come? No, like a darker, dirty. I don't know actually. Not brown, cause my hair's already brown. My hair's already brown. Oh, thank you for the stream streak, by the way. 105 stream streak is ridiculous. Because my streak is up.
This place too hath been cleared.
Yeah, but I think someone still has a higher streak than you, though. I think someone has like literally like 120. I think that's Paradox or someone. Hold on, did I already do my dispatch? I think that's the only thing that I really care about doing right now. You're at 117. Damn, you're really close. Oh my god, I got me a fucking mouthful of grass already. Have you done the Arc story? What Arc story? The Arc Rangers? Yeah, and I skipped all of it. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was low-key boring as fuck. So I skipped the entire Arc Rangers, I mean, story. And I just got all of my rewards. Yep. I think I reached 118 with this stream. Hell yeah. What is this?
Show me your potential.
Do I have... Oh, wait, hold on. Let's do this first. And then we can do a Tetra poll. Hold on. Let's just have this lollygag. If you want to send in links, go ahead. Now is the time. But right now, I kind of want to do this super quickly so that way I can get myself a free SSR. Maybe. Hopefully. I've been doing really bad with these goddamn gemmies and stuff like that. But after this poll, we'll be on Umineko. Last time we left on Umineko, we finished up a chapter and they were solving the epitaph. And then Rosa was pressing Ava about the epitaph and the gold. And then we saw Ava get announced as the next witch. So that was tough. That was cool. How was Unk? Dude, I'm doing pretty good. It's just my stomach low-key hurts though. More Umineko? I thought it was over. Nah. After Umineko, we might be doing House in a Fata Morgana. I think that might be the next one. Depending. It's either that or Mahoyo. We're not doing Higurashi. Fuck no. We ain't doing no Higurashi over here. Listen, I read Higurashi before doing Umineko, so there's no need to reread Higurashi on stream. Speaking of which, I saw that they have a brand new anime. Is it a remake or is it like a sequel? Because I saw they originally had a remake, but then that became a sequel. So now I'm not too sure what this is now. What about yaoi reading? I wouldn't be opposed to reading yaoi on stream. When's the National Yaoi Day coming up? When is that? Fatomaru? Your vocal cords will be destroyed? What is Fatomaru? That's a new store with the pressure coated paint. Is it gonna be good? Is Ryukishi that broke? Oh, Fata Morgana? Oh, shortened. Oh. Okay. Oh, here we go. Yaoi Day is in August? Well, perfect.
I did my best.
Well, not perfect, but still. Fata has no voice acting. That's fine. In Your Turn to Die, I was voice acting as everybody, and I gave everybody voices. So, we will do that for Fata Morgana, I think. Assuming you guys want to hear me speak like a fucking woman, because I think there's a bunch of women in there, right? Your Turn to Die is quite short, though. Your Turn to Die took a long time, I think. Yo, what up, Big Hagrid? What up, my guy? Here we go! Tetra! If it's gonna be Fata back-to-back, it will be dead? Why? Isn't that your normal? I'm not a... No. My voice is not feminine or a twink, alright? I have a very deep, masculine, warm, velvety, chocolatey voice. You know? That just exudes incredible, just testosterone. Oh, alright. I want Moran. That's who I want from here. That's the only person I want is Moran. And Mint. And Mint. Fuck! Dude, I hate this damn fucking lolly, man. This is horrible, dude. Horrible. I have like 2 or 3 copies of her, I think. She's fucking dog shit. Bro's got no tea. Yeah, I wish I could extract all the estrogen out of my body. Yo, I just queefed and it fucking reeks like shit, low key, bro. I don't know if that was from a cheese stick I ate or from the yerba, but we gotta load up Umineko ASAP or else there will be no Umineko. What up, senpai? Today's Father's Day. Oh, wait, hold on. Today's Sunday, right? Today's Sunday? Yo, I deadass almost forgot to call my dad, bro. Alright. Thanks for fucking reminding me. I just woke up an hour ago. Shout out to LTG. Yeah, shout out to the LTG, bro. What up, Keiichi? What up? How you been? How's your exams, dude? Anyways, I think that's it for today on Nikkei. We'll be on Umineko. Yeah, I'll do everything else. Yeah, I'll do everything else here. Did you catch up? Probably not, dude. There's so much fucking VODs here. You already told your dad? Hell yeah.
Then, please stay where I can always...
Typically, I would just call my dad speaking like half Vietnamese and then just call it a day, bro. That's what I usually do. Am I getting noise complaints already? Hello? Am I being loud? Been missing Keiichi in these streams? Aw. Aw, someone's been missing you, Keiichi. You see that, Keiichi? Now that's impact right there. That's a chatter impact. That queef was loud? That was not loud. Hold on. Yo, where's Umineko at? Oh yeah, wait, I forgot. I have it on Steam. Duh. Silly goose. Silly goose. Here it is. Oh yeah, Bunny. Is that bird doing okay? I like briefly remember about you going outside and like fighting a bunch of big birds, but like how was that? What are we hoping for in the Steam summer sale? Which on the holy night? Fata Morgana, Steins Gate. See you, Keiichi. I appreciate you, bro. Still catching up because I got FF7 rework to play. Hell yeah! There's so much that I can watch till I die. Yeah, it's a lot of hours, bro, but I'll see you soon, my guy. This is so fucking loud. Hold on. Jeez Louise. Alright, hold on. Gotta refill on this really quickly here. Hold on. No, I'm not being performative. It's just, I just ran out of yerb today. So I gotta go the old-fashioned way. No sugar, no nothing. Just raw grass. The new witch. Okay. That's a new thing. Anything to stall? I'm not stalling. That was only 10 minutes. My longest stall was probably 2 hours, I think. Rosa returned to the lobby. Here we go. Let me bring up my fucking cheeky notes super quickly. I wonder what's gonna happen now. Will they kill each other? Will Beatrice kill people? I'm not too sure. Well, hold on. What if because Ava is now the witch, she might be able to save everyone now, right? Is that like a possibility? Because teenage Ava is now a witch, she can save everyone now, right? Hopefully, maybe. This would be a good chapter. All right, it'll still her time. Yeah, because she's an absolute angel. Yeah, exactly. She is an angel. Sometimes. But her expression made it look as though she couldn't sleep deeply with all this tension. Okay, so they don't know yet. It'll get tough for you later on at this rate. Nice! If Rosa can have good hygiene, so can you, okay? No excuses here. The next person can rest. Kirie-san, Rudolph? Yeah, go ahead and take a nap. Go ahead, take a nap. You can rest if you want. Someone surviving the shot without getting the Hideyoshi treatment? Yeah, that's because Ava is now the witch, so like everyone should be safe now, I think. That's why. That's the manly thing I can do right now. I'll stay awake. Oh! She's a ride or die, bro. Actual ride or die. Shout out to Kirie, man. I know she's jealous. As you are. Hell no. You're lying out your ass right now, Kirie. Stop it.
エヴァと秀吉さんはぐっすりみたいじゃない。
Ava and Hideyoshi-san are out cold. Oh, wait. So that whole ceremony was taking place as Ava was sleeping?
やはりローザと違い、年には勝てないね。
It appears as though, unlike Rosa, they can't fight against their age. Says you. You're like 55. All in her head? Yeah, somewhat. Because it didn't happen in the real world, so it has to have happened in the, in her, like, imagination or something. As though in response to those words, the door to the hall clunked open. Ava and Hideyoshi returned from the guest room. What the fuck? No, they weren't even resting. Oh, maybe they were fucking. Ava and Hideyoshi returned from the guest room. What up, Nora? Blue looks nice? Yeah, hell yeah. Gotta rep Samurai Blue for Japan, cause man, 4-0 yesterday was fucking sensational. So, wearing blue for the Japanese World Cup soccer team. Shout out to them. Are you still alright without sleeping? Oh. Oh my god, tension. Here we go. Lightning is coming up. Why not take it easy and rest? Oh shit. Oh shit. I just can't get to sleep? Oh fuck. After taking a shower, my drowsiness faded away. Dude, she's plotting something maybe.
Oh, thank you. 今は気持ちだけでいいぜ。
For now that the sentiment alone is enough.
兄貴たち、先に
Who's gonna pull the trigger first? Well, all of them have horrible trigger discipline, so good thing that Hideyoshi's sausage fingers is not on that fucking gun. Or Nanjo. Hey Eric, have you seen the new Umusume that was announced at the live event? I have not seen that. Who is it?
ありがたいね。
But what up, Ritz?
だが先に休むわけにはいかん。
I cannot rest first.
それくらいしか長男らしいこ
This is
と
the
が
most I
でき
can
ない。
do as the oldest brother.
私たちは最後まで起きていますのでご心配なく。
Bro, you're only doing this because you saw Kirie and Rudolph do it. Whatever.
それよりエヴ
More
ァ姉さん
importantly, Ava Nisan.
大丈夫？
Yeah?
少し顔色が悪いわ。
A little pale? Wait, she's noticing already? That's kind of crazy.
そういや、そうやな。
Bro, you didn't even notice?
ちょいと熱っぽい
You're
で。
feeling a bit hot. Well, weren't you guys together? Hideyoshi put his hand up against Ava's forehead. It seemed that Ava wasn't feeling her best.
言わんこっちゃね。
Told you so.
年のくせに。生活リズムを崩すからだぜ。
Such a cunt.
風邪か？
Perhaps. Her name is title holder, named off of an actual horse title holder. He won the 2021 Kika show and the 2022 Spring Tenno. Oh, that's not bad. It's not bad. Burger Natsui, after getting nothing done in the past episodes, yeah, finally she's just stepping up and doing something at least. Also the son of Duramente. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm not really interested in a title holder though. I mean, the name doesn't sound all that great. Accolades is kind of just whatever in my opinion, but... Yo, what up, Neo Melon? Yo, I was on Nikkei for like 15 minutes, bro. And now we're on Ubineko. Right now, it is a crazy spoiler right now. Crazy spoilers right now. So, yeah, but I appreciate you, my guy.
夏日。
Natsui,
上野南條先生を呼んできてくれんかね。
would you call Dr. Ninja? Yo, eventually, I'll play ZZZ on stream. String him away 24/7? That's because I don't want him to get spoiled, bro. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like this fucking story is too damn good, and I don't want people to get randomly spoiled, bro. Unless you're on TikTok and then you fucking see a bunch of edits and like whatnot, but still. Title holder / Taiho holds the coolest record for the Takazuka Kinen, if that's anything. Ah, nah, not really. Not interested. See you, Nia. I'll see you soon, my guy.
いいわ、そこまで大げさじゃない。
I'm fine not to make such a big deal out of it.
常備薬は持ってるから大丈夫。
Some medicine? Yeah, take some Benadryl.
疲れるとすぐ熱に出るの。
I tend to get a fever when I'm tired.
心配しないで。
Don't worry.
姉さん、無理しないで。
You're gonna blow up? Why? No, wait. I don't want to blow up and just die. Take it easy, okay? The beckoning, here it is.
私抜きで兄弟が集まってると私の陰口でも言われてるような気がしちゃってね。
Already pointing fingers. When my siblings gather without me around, I get the feeling everyone is talking behind my back.
昔からの被害
It's a
妄想なの。
persecution complex from long
ごめ
ago.
んね。
私は何も言わないわよ。
We need more slop Umineko posts from you to filter the spoiler posts for new fans. Dude, it's difficult, man. Cause like I'll like watch back the fucking like VODs and stuff, and it's like, okay, that could be a clip, but it literally shows like a crazy spoiler. So it's like I can't even post it. Unless I post it to the fucking Umineko subreddit, but then they would probably fucking kill me if I started posting clips on the Umineko subreddit, you know what I'm saying? So
姉さんのいないところで姉さんの嫌な話
I would
なんて
never say something bad about you when you're away.
どうしたの？
What
姉
is
さ
it?
ん、さっきから変よ。
Oh, Rosa, you cheeky bastard, you! You've been acting strange for a while, you know.
もう少し休んだら？
Can you get a little rest now? People's first impression of you being black magic sperm is hilarious. Yeah. It was either that or like me, yearning for Beatrice, I think. Do you really want Redditors in your Twitch chat? I already have Fixer in here. Fixer's a fucking Redditor, so... Yeah.
そうね。3月までの金策を考えたら。
But I don't know, 50...
ひどくな
I
って
can
きちゃった
barely handle 3 Fixers, cause like there's like Fixer and his 2 fucking old accounts. I can barely handle that, but like, I don't know, like 10, 15? I don't know, maybe too much. I started thinking about raising money by March and I made my headache even worse.
それは良くないわ
That
ね。
isn't good.
休んでて。
Rest.
姉さんの頭痛がひどくな
Now
ら
your
ないよう
notes, TikTok is what most people know.
実
You know
況
what
して
I
よ
might do? I might make a TikTok video where I try to solve the epitaph, but I don't know if I would do that on a stream or not. I might just do it like off stream and like film it. I don't know. We'll see. That isn't good. Rest. I'll restrain myself so that your headache doesn't get worse.
私だって頭痛さっきから辛
I've
い
had a
し。
bad headache myself for a while now too.
ありがとう。じゃあ私、お言葉に甘えて、もう少し休ませてもらうわね。
I'll count on what you've said and rest for a while.
どうしたんやエヴァ
No, that's not what I said, bro.
急にへそ
Die! Shine! Why so bent out of shape all of a sudden? What's up, Ava?
すまんなわしらもうちょい休ませてもらうわ
Yeah, go ahead, bro. She needs some that good Hideyoshi love. Go ahead, bro. After putting his hands together as though pouring an apology several times, so like this. He was doing this, right? Gomen. Hideyoshi went after Ava and left the lobby. I don't like this atmosphere. Me neither, Kraus.
どうにもギスギスしている
Everything's so strained, just like my yerba mate.
無理もない。早朝に殺人事件。
There was a murder early this morning.
それからずっとここで銃を抱きながら缶詰ですもの。
And since then, we've been eating canned food and holding guns.
ス
Yep.
トレスが溜まって当然
Ken's
ね。
crowd. Who, me? Whatever Kakashi did with his fingers to stick them up people's ass. Yo, speaking of Kakashi, man, I understand now, as a grown man, why they started reading pornography out in the public. Kakashi and Jiraiya, how they would just be doom scrolling and just be looking at fucking porn in a broad daylight or like at work. I understand now. I totally get them.
上の子たちもだいぶストレスが溜まってるんじゃないかしら。
I wonder if the kids up there have also built up stress. The word Ashiramiya is so fun to say. I think so too. It like rolls off the tongue, I think. Watara or Chudai, Eric. Isn't that a Genshin Impact? Regional areas? Wada or Chudai? The fuck is that? Life is reading porn in the wild.
マリアが心配だわ。
I'm worried about Maria.
こういう時は感触を起こしや
She
すい
tends to
の。
get irritable in times like this. Yo, my stomach is low-key hurting, bro. Just then they heard the sound of loud footsteps from upstairs. The guest house wasn't a cheap building, so if there had been any normal footsteps, there were No way that they would have heard them. Oh fuck. What are you doom scrolling for? Twitter, Reddit? Yeah, Twitter, Reddit. It used to be on iFunny. There's a fucking app called Scroller. What else? I wonder if the kids up there have built up stress. I'm worried about Mario. Reddit is horrible goons. Nah, only if you go to like those super niche subreddits that only got like 500 members in it. You gotta go to the super niche active communities. Just well, alright bro, I'm just joking right now. It was like the sound of someone stamping their feet in frustration. r/AirQB Faps? No, please no. Please don't. What up, Swiper? And not a moment later, in addition to the apparent sound of feet running out into the upstairs corridor, they could hear Mara calling over and over again, sounding displeased. I am here also. What happened? We were talking about Kakashi and Jiraiya being chuds in public. Rosa grabbed her head, ruffled her hair, and voicelessly moaned in anguish. The adults consciously turned their backs to her, pretending not to notice. The noisy clamor came downstairs and flew into the lobby. Oh fuck. It was Maria who was sobbing and the other children who had come down with her and Nanjo. In other words, everyone on the second floor had come downstairs because of Maria's tantrum. Rosa couldn't hide her dizziness at the scale of the annoyance her daughter was bringing to everyone. Oh fuck, why's she crying? Why's she crying? Hello? Hello? Yo, give her some fucking pumpkin spice, bro. Come on, lock in. Can you be a little more quiet? She's gonna beat the fuck out of her. Stop. Stop. It's that rose of her from the rose garden. She suddenly started saying that she was worried about it. Half asleep? She suddenly woke up and started going on about how worried she was for that rose. Wait, what? That was just a dream? No, don't slap Maria. She's had enough already. That was Beatrice and my rose. So if I don't take care of a Beatrice will get mad at me? Might be broken again. Yo, why did the lightning fucking land on the beat drop though? Hold on, Rosa. Hold on, Rosa. You don't need to fucking beat her in this lovely guest house, okay? Just calm down. Just, come on. Windhoff breathing. Come on. In and out, in and out, in and out. The children were taken aback by the sudden rise in the tone of Rosa's voice. But Mara's crying just grew louder and her tantrum just grew fiercer. Damn, Nanjo's watching too? Yo, Nanjo, if there's anything that you can do, just step in between and just tank fucking Rosa's beating here. You want to scold a child so bluntly without attending to what they say? I feel like Nanjo would be a good dad, I think. Warm milk? I actually hate warm milk. I think warm milk is fucking disgusting. Actually, no, I lied. I actually like warm turmeric milk, where it's like with turmeric, honey, cinnamon, boiled in the pot with like whole milk. It's very good. Helps with a lot of inflammation in your body as well. Warm milk slashed with some honey? Yeah. Is there any here? The milk we served in place of breakfast earlier was the last. Yo, you're crazy, Rudolph. What? Yo, no wonder Rudolph fucking left you. Jeez. Silver pill things? Of course I do. Damn, relax. What the fuck am I reading, Rosa? Without hiding her displeasure, Rosa grabbed her handbag that she had placed on the sofa and fished around for the medicine. It seemed that she had brought some child-use sedatives for Mara's tantrums. Yo, that's low-key fucked up, but Rosa. That's low-key fucked up. Yeah, why are we drugging kids, Rosa? Come on. Eric isn't shaking his head. Nah, hold on. Visible head shake, hold on. Yeah, post that on Reddit. She found and tipped a bottle? Oh, bottle into her palm, but it seemed to be empty. Irritated, Rosa shook the bottle several times, but that didn't change the fact that there was nothing in there. All the while, Maria's crying was growing more and more intense. Well, now what? Well, okay, now confirm that Maria is being drugged, so what about the rest of the family being drugged? It's a possibility. Hold on. Anything in this room here? Who the fuck is that? Is that a Persona 3 character? Who is that? What is this fucking painting though? What is that? It looks like a little tablet from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Alright, lamp, ashtray. That forest looks like the forest in Higurashi. Meanwhile, Ava was lying in bed, covered by the bedding. Hideyoshi returned from the washroom, folding a handkerchief soaked in water. So he didn't die. That looks like the Cage Drive Towers, a little bit. Not yet. Ava learning from Bill? Who the fuck is Bill? This is one nasty fever. It's the poisonous air at this family conference that got you. As Hideyoshi spoke to her kindly, he set the soaked handkerchief gently on Ava's burning forehead. Bill Cosby? Wait, what? How? Ava's sleeping though. That makes no sense. Ava rested her own hand on top of his. World end, here we go. Her hand. Your hand feels wonderfully cool. If my hand feels other, your fever must be pretty bad. Nah, it's just too late, Alfredo. Nah, just give it up, bro. Just give it up. It's too late, bro. It's too late. You fucked it up. It's too late. My hand feels wonderful. Your fever must be pretty bad. No worries, the medicine will start working soon. Plus my hand is a magic hand. Yeah, we all know the emotions. Oh, never mind. If I just put my hand up against your forehead like this. Alfredo, can you laugh at Alfredo's joke? You made him very, 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 very sad. Nah, bro. Yeah, I had a bad week, man. Damn, that sucks. Any fever will melt right away. You're right, your hand always makes my fevers fade. Oh, that's so cute, guys. That's so sweet. Hey, are they gonna die here? Because last time in episode 2, they had a very sweet moment just like this. And then they randomly died, so I'm very curious if they die again. But hold on, Hideyoshi ain't showering though, so I don't know. Are they gonna crack again? I don't know. Maybe. They might do like a manner transfer or something. Yep, no need for a doctor when you've got my hand. Don't worry and close your eyes. Oh, that's so cute. The fever will fade right away thanks to my magic. You're gonna watch like a cuck again? Yeah, I don't mind. I can feel your magic. Yo, that's a line straight from fucking Fate. Am I tripping or what? Hideyoshi was about to say they called that the placebo effect, but he stopped. If Ava said that she could feel magic from his hand, then that was alright for now. Where's a cuck chair at? Well, thankfully, I don't need a chair to sit down. I wonder if magic really exists. Only those who believe can tell, though. There's actually a lot of magic like that out there in the world. Alright, so if I believe in magic, can I get into Streamer University? Is that what they're saying? Is that possible?
魔法が実在するならやっぱり魔女も
If magic is real, then I wonder if witches are real too.
森の魔女ベアトリーチェ
Not the
のこ
witch
と
of
か
the
いな。
forest, the golden witch, the endless witch.
信じる者にはおるやろな。神様と同じや。信心深い人の前にしか姿は現さんのや。
Just like God won't show himself except in front of those who strongly believe.
私もね、昔魔法が使えたの。
What? Long ago, I was able to use magic too? Hold on.
ほう、
Hold on.
ほんまかいな。じゃあお前も魔女やったんやな。
Then you've been a witch once too.
私がね、絶対に叶えたい夢があって、
Whenever I had a dream that I wanted to come true no matter
そ
what,
れを強く願って努力
if
す
I
る。
wished strong and tried
そ
hard,
れ
it
が
came
必
true
ず
every
叶ったの。
time. Oh my god, that felt so good.
私はその魔法でいつも成績は一番だったし、生徒会長にだってなったし、
Damn!
入りたい大学にも実力で入
With
り
my
たし。
magic, my grades were always the best, and I even became the student council president and got into the university I wanted by my own ability. Wait, that's sick, Ava.
いつだって
Everything I
どんな
wished
願
for
いだっ
was
て叶え
granted.
てきたわ。
そうやな。
That's
お
right.
前の魔法はいつだって
Your
大
magic was
し
always
た
a
もん
thing
や
to be reckoned with.
お前は確かに
You're definitely a witch. Hey, whoa,
そ
hold
し
on.
て誰にも負けん努
You
力
work
家
harder
や。
than anyone.
わしゃよう知っとるで。
Hideyoshi's my favorite chocolate bar. Yeah.
私ね、
You think Hideyoshi got abs?
子供の頃からずっと心の中に
You know, ever
も
since
う
I
一
was a
人
kid,
の
the
自
whole
分がい
time
て、
there's been another me
い
inside
つも
myself
私を励ましてくれたの。
who always supported me.
そして
And that other
その
self
自
was
分
a...
は魔女だったわ。
Excuse me. Oh my god, I just threw up in my mouth.
森の魔女ベアトリーチェなんて信じなかった。
I didn't believe in Beatrice, the witch of the forest, but she believed in herself.
もし六軒島に魔女がいるとしたら、それは私の
Okay,
心の
so
中の魔女の
is
ことだ
this
って
essentially her
ずっと
accepting
信
the
じて
witch,
きた。
the witch ceremony?
その魔女の自分に私はすごい感謝
I'm
してる。
so grateful to that witch inside
あ
myself.
なたに出会わせてくれてよかった
I'm
な。い
so grateful that she let me meet up with you.
つも感謝
Aww.
してる。
Aww. Wait a second, hold on. What if we change out Ava and Hideyoshi and instead put in Shannon and George? So if we change out those characters, can we assume that Shannon has a witch inside of her also? Why would you do that, Eric? No, I'm just saying that, like, potentially, like, maybe Shannon has a witch inside of her also. Because I feel like this is low-key, like, the same scenario as Shannon and George, except that, wait, hold on. Not the same scenario, but, like, in terms of, like, Shannon, dude, whatever, bro, fuck you.
病気の時のお前はいつも気弱すぎや。
You're always too timid when you get sick.
今は何も言わんで
Don't say anything for now.
熱が
No,
下がる
I swear I was cooking. I was cooking something up, bro. And you distracted me. Shannon's furniture? Yeah, maybe. Maybe George is Shannon's furniture. Don't say anything for now. I'll stay like this like the whole time until your fever has gone down, okay?
絶対に手を離さないでね。
Don't
な
worry.
んだか私、自分が自分でなくなるような気がして。
She's becoming a
さっ
witch.
きから怖いの。
She's becoming a witch. Okay, so now imagine these two as... Wait, whoa, hold on. That's not what I said. Whoa, you're putting words in my mouth. Hold on. I get the feeling that the witch inside of me was provoked by Beatrice and is getting stronger and stronger. Yeah, the wolf inside of me is getting stronger and stronger also.
私を飲み込んでしまいそうな気がするの。
大丈夫や。わしが一緒にいる限り。
Yo, imagine Ava kills Hideyoshi by accident.
ほら、ちょいとヤバめな国に旅行に行った時。
Remember the time we went to that dangerous country and the whole bus was robbed? What? Where'd you guys go to? Texas?
わしが撃退したんやで。
You repelled them with what? Your stomach?
あなた、金時計を渡して。
You just handed over your gold watch and begged them to go away? Come on. It was pretty lame, but it was cool. Okay. Hoping he isn't butt-ass naked next time he dies. Yeah, hopefully. Dude, imagine next fucking CG, it's just Hideyoshi digging in his ass.
この手絶対に離さないでね。
Please don't move it away, no matter what.
眠っても絶対に
Not
離
even
さ
if
な
I
いで
fall
ね。
asleep.
そして何か不気味なものが忍び込んできても
Even if something creepy
私を
sneaks
守って
inside,
ね。
protect me? Aww.
おう
Oh yeah, have you seen his fucking radius? Yeah, of course. He has a big radius here to protect you, so you'll be fine.
だから今は安心して
Stop worrying
眠
now
る
and
ん
get
や
some
で
sleep.
すぐに薬と
The medicine in my magic
わ
will
し
start
の魔
working
法
real
が効いてく
soon.
るから
Aww.
な
Yo, Hideyoshi's a fucking awesome husband, man. Sensational husband. He is not a role model husband, but like he's at least somewhat of a decent one compared to Kraus. So shout out to Hideyoshi. Ava finally calmed her heart and closed her eyes. You just Yoshi as a person? What do you mean? You mean Yoshi from Mario? Just then there's a sound of a door being opened violently from the direction of the lobby. It seemed that Mario was having a tantrum and screams of "ooh" could be heard, along with Rose's rebuking yells. That was probably very annoying to listen to, or maybe it was taking a toll on her headache. Ava moaned as though in pain and buried herself in the covers. Maybe she's just on her period. Maybe? Oh, take some Motrin. It was easy to guess what was happening. Mario had probably had a tantrum for some reason, gone down to the lobby. And when Rose had scolded her for it, they had started arguing. Damn! And then the looks of the rest of the family had been too much to bear. So Rose had taken Mario out into the corridor. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hideyoshi had no desire to interfere with Rose and Mario's problems. But just for now, since Ava's condition was so bad, he wanted them to take their ruckus somewhere else.
ちょいと待っとれや
Oh my, yo, Hideyoshi, you might die. You might die here.
静かにするようお願いしてくるわ
早く戻ってきて。
大丈夫やこの部屋から出んて
Yeah, scream outside. It's cool. Oh my god, Hideyoshi, don't die. Don't die. Hideyoshi removed the chain, opened the door, and stuck his face out into the corridor. He's about to get fucking blasted. He immediately met Rosa's gaze.
大丈夫かいなローザさん
ごめんなさい。うるさくして起こしちゃったか
Yes,
しら。
it did, bitch. Stop hitting her! Damn! Oh, wait, no, that's her stomping, I think.
マリアちゃんごめんなエヴァおばさんな具合が
Hopefully it
悪くて
wasn't feeling when she's trying to sleep.
すまんがちょいと静かにして
Did you
もらえ
quiet
るか
down a smidgen? You're asking the child to fucking quiet down. Alright, bro. Alright. Mario's tone didn't change after being asked by Hideyoshi. She kept whining and repeating, "My rose, my rose." The roses slapped Maria's cheeks, lifted her up while covering her mouth, and carried her off towards the entrance, trying to at least put some distance between her and Hideyoshi's room. They would still probably be clamorous for a while yet, but he had at least warned her, hoping that Rose would show her capabilities as a mother. Hideyoshi closed the door.
またマリアちゃんが泣いてる。
Yeah, she's crying again.
そうみたいやな
Yeah, she's crying again.
ローザさんも大変
It's
や
tough for Rose's son
それ
too.
を思えばうちのジョージはできすぎや
Our George is almost too good to be
俺
true.
が感謝したいくらいやで
Yeah, he is almost too good to be true. Have you seen what he's doing with the fucking woman servant? They don't know yet. They don't know yet. Hand.
おおすまんすまん魔法の手やで
That didn't scare me yet. There you go, it's the magic hand. He put his hand on Ava's forehead again. Maybe there really was a magical power in that hand. A truly peaceful look arose to Ava's face, and bit by bit, she began to drift off into the land of sleep. As he had promised, Hideyoshi kept his hand on her forehead. That is so sweet, guys. Hideyoshi is Beatrice? Definitely not. Refill time. Time to refill. Oh yes, lovely stuff. By the entrance with her hand still against What the fuck?! Rose was at a loss what to do next? Imagine Yoshi was an insane mage. I mean, Yoshi's able to wear like a bunch of different like suits, right? Or like hatch like weird eggs and stuff. She had been unable to withstand everyone's gaze in the lobby and had yelled at the children to go upstairs before dashing out of the lobby. She's such a coward, man. Like, if you're gonna beat your child, beat her in public, bro. Let everyone watch. Like, you are a fake demon, bro. You're a pussy. Not that I'm condoning child abuse, but like, you know what I'm saying? But still. And when she went out into the corridor, Hideyoshi had told her that she was being too noisy. Where should I go now? Where should I take this child who's having a tantrum? She felt as though she's about to cry in frustration, as Mara kept struggling in an attempt to scream. Rosa put her mouth up to... Oh no. Oh no. Oh, here we go! Okay. Rosa put her mouth up to Mara's ear and tried to persuade Mara in as calm a voice as she could manage.
Mariaはそんなにもバラが見たいのね。
Here we go! Maria nodded her head several times, moaning, ooh.
どうしてそんなにバラが見たいの？ お母さんが聞いて
It
あ
was
げるから。
withered, but I don't really know the symbolism of that withered rose though. I'll listen to you, so will you tell me
叫
quietly?
んだら殴るわよ。
I'll hit you if you scream is crazy.
マリアのバラ、ベアトリーチェに蘇らせてもらったの。
You have to reach you, revive
ま
it.
た折れちゃってるかも。
No, but Beatrice only returned that rose to its original form, so therefore it was bound to die anyway, right?
マリアはそれが心配。
I'm worried about
確
that.
かめないと眠れ
Can't
な
sleep
い。
until I make sure. It seemed like she was still making a fuss about that marked rose from yesterday. Rosa felt her headache throbbing again, but she was at least a little relieved that Mara had now stopped her screaming.
とにかく今はみんな大変
Everyone's
な
having a
の。
hard time right now.
だからママたちに迷惑をかけないで。
Jeez, bro.
バラの話は明日雨が上がったら好きにしていいから。
She's not. I don't know about that.
だから今は聞き分けなさい。
She's not gonna give up.
やだやだやだやだ。マリアのベアトリーチェのバラ。
Oh. Can't you just give her an iPad, Rosa? Like, give her some sort of like iPad? You know, iPhone? Coco Melon or something? Like, damn, bro, lock in. Rosa reflexively covered Mara's mouth. Jeez, bro. Rosa, you're horrible, Rosa. You're horrible. She had spoken a little too harshly and had gotten her agitated again. Rosa realized that it was probably her own fault and clicked her tongue in self-hatred. Yeah, hate yourself. But Mara thought that was directed at her and her crying grew even fiercer. Oh my gosh.
お願いだから静かにして。
I'm begging you be quiet. Did they even have that in the 80s? I mean, they got money. They could probably make it happen. I'm begging you be
どうし
quiet.
たらあなたは泣き止むの？
Then she would be saying tongue, 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 so horror as if saying ooh. I think I'd rather have that instead of ooh.
どうしたらあなたはママの言うことを
What
聞
should I
い
do
て
to
くれ
make
る
you
の？
listen to what your mama says? Hey, something worse is gonna happen now. What? Mara stopped crying unnaturally fast. And then she turned around and muttered, wait, hold on, stop.
マリア
What?
のバラを見たら、ちゃんと明日まで静かにしてるよ。
What? Rosa, did you really give birth to Maria? Like, were you pregnant? Like, did you visibly have a dude come inside of you and then you were holding a fetus for 9 months? This is crazy, bro.
本当？
うん。バラ庭園に行って、マリアのバラを見たら。
If we go to the rose garden and see my rose, I'll behave. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. What if Maria? Okay. Let's say Ava, she has a witch inside of her. I'm gonna say Maria also has a witch inside of her. If there's anyone else, it would probably be maybe Shannon and Cannon, because those two, they were able to see Beatrice. Maybe those four would have witches, maybe? Yeah?
本当だよ、ママ。
I'm getting creeped out a little bit. Mario, wait, what? If it would keep Mario quiet for the time being, Rosa thought that even going out into this wind and rain would be a small price to pay. She did think it might be a bit reckless, But in the end, no murder or anything of the sort had actually occurred. All of that glamorous census morning had been a farce set up by Kenzo. No murder or anything. Wait, but I thought this was just us assuming, though. I thought that was just Ava and Rosa assuming that no murder had happened and that this was just some sort of a farce set up by Kenzo. Who is narrating this right now? Rosa, right? Rosa is... Okay, Rosa is the narrator, right? If you carefully thought about that chain of locked rooms, it communicated more clearly that anything that it was all an act by the victims themselves? Nuh-uh!
本当にバラを見たらもうおとなしくする?
But you really listen if you go to see the rose? Oh, get to see the rose.
本当だよママ
Slap her. Now go ahead, slap her, bro. It's fucking weird. There we go. There we go. One more. Rosa didn't overlook that creepy laugh and literally hit Mario with her fist. And she shrugged as though giving up.
わかったわ
There we go. Set her back to factory normal settings. There we
一目
go.
見たら納得するのよ
We have one look and be satisfied. You're gonna go outside in the rain after seeing 6 murders, bro? Seriously? Eric? Question mark. What do you mean? What do you mean? She's being fucking creepy, bro. You gotta factory reset her by lightly tapping her on the head. That's the only way.
いいわね
ママ
Nah, this is weird, bro. She's not pointing a gun at her.
約束する
She's not pointing a gun at her. Yo, pointing a gun at your own 9-year-old daughter is crazy, bro. Once again, Rosa tested the weight of her gun. It's alright. It's only a farce. There's never a murder on this island in the first place. How do you know?
くそ待てよローザおばさん
Wait on to you,
ロー
Rosa.
ザおばさんとマリアが第二の晩の犠牲者なの
Stop. I don't think so.
かくそくそくそ誰か気づけよ呼び止めろ
It's crazy, but it's excusable right now because Mara's being autistic, right? I mean, we don't really know. We don't have confirmation that Mara is autistic because they didn't have the technology back in the day. But from my synopsis, yes, 100% she is fully autistic. No doubt about it.
今の親父たちや俺たちは
What are
何を
those
してるんだ
guys in the living room and us kids doing? You said yes, guys? What do you mean?
ローザ親子の痛々しい関係
I'm being gaslit right now.
わざわざ話題を変えておるぞ
They were being considerate of Rose's pitiful relationship with her daughter and are forcibly changing the
そ
subject.
なたらも2
The
階
group
へ
you
上
are
がり
in went
テ
upstairs
レビ
and
を
are
見な
talking
がら
about
話
something
題を
else while
変えて
watching TV.
くそったれ誰か気づけよ
Someone
一
noticed
番近
them?
くにいるのは誰だ
Who's the closest? Is it Uncle Hideyoshi? Nah, nope.
頼むよ玄関から二人が出ていくのを
It's
気づいて
over.
くれ
It's
よ
over. It's over.
届かん届かん
Why can't Battler just go into the fucking world himself and stop them? Why is he being a cuck right now?
2人のささやかな時間を邪魔してくれる
Don't
な
disturb their precious time together. Can't you just do like a fucking soul swap and go into the real world and stop them yourself? Hideyoshi kept talking kindly, his hand over Ava's forehead. He didn't notice that Rose and Mar were going outside through the front door at all. In that case, there was no way that the others in the lobby, which was even further away, would notice either. The cousin's room upstairs was even worse.
そなたは何を慌てておるのか第一の晩にて犯人は事故死したとの大胆な察してみて
Culprit died in an
藁
accident
を
in the
打
first
ち破ったでは
Twilight?
ないかならばもうこの島に犯人はおらぬことになる
Yeah, there is no culprit on the island. Should be.
何を心配する必
I
要があ
wonder
ると
too.
いうのか
うるせえよしらしらしいんだよ
He's bluffing.
誰か引き止めろ
Right?
二人が殺されるんだ
Someone stop them, those two will be
誰
killed.
か止めろ
Dude, sometimes I forget that this guy is Erwin Smith in a Jotaro. Same VA is crazy, bro. There's no way that Battler's voiceless scream would reach Rosa or Maria. The two of them could be seen in the rose garden. The rain was still awful, but fortunately, the wind had died down a little. No, maybe that wasn't fortunate, because if the wind had been a little fiercer, Rosa would surely have hesitated to go outside. One day even you could grow out your twink voice like Ono Daisuke. Just like Pirate Software, right? Huh? Just like that guy? Now, he had like a super like estrogen-filled twink voice, and then he eventually somehow made it like super mega deep. Yeah? When will you become a father? Maybe like 5-6 years, maybe. Total twink death? Yeah, soon, eventually! But my waist size is still 28 though, so... Mario found her rose with the gold lace and stared at it lovingly. Rose had accepted with the promise that Mario would only have one look at it, but she didn't want Mario to complain that it hadn't been enough later on. So she decided to go along with it until she was satisfied. She believed that there wasn't a culprit. But if by any chance she was mistaken, they were now in an extremely dangerous position. Rosa realized that faintly herself. If things got bad, she would throw away her umbrella and ready her gun. Keeping the innocently rejoicing Maria in the corner of her eye, Rosa gazed warily in all directions. Get the fuck out of here, bro! Were her eyes just tired? Even though no one should have been there, she thought she saw something glitter in the dark rose garden with all its wind and rain. Gold-colored. It had to have been her imagination. Hold on! Is it gonna be Beatrice? Wait, hold on! The butterfly, the golden butterflies, they look a little bit different. It could be Ava Beatrice now that she's the new Endless Witch here. Because her rose, it seemed as though gold butterflies were dancing through the rose bushes. Yeah, I don't know. Beato, Verg, or Ava? Probably Ava Beatrice. Cause Virgie wouldn't do it. Beato already gave up her title as Endless Witch, so she wouldn't do this anymore, right? Oh fuck. But hold on, if that's Ava Beatrice and Ava is in this bed, how the fuck is she in two places at once? You know what I'm saying? I'm alright. Don't take your hand away. Ben, you don't take your hand away? Ava was breathing wildly. Beads of sweat were appearing on her forehead. It certainly was true that she had stayed up all night last night and that things had been rough since early this morning. It wasn't odd that her body wasn't keeping up, even though he understood that. Hideyoshi suspected that Ava's sudden fever was a sign of some serious illness. Several times Hideyoshi suggested he call Dr. Nanjo, but Ava resisted firmly, pleading with him and saying that it was even more important that he didn't take his hand away. Yeah. You can promise me that I'll stay here the whole time gripping your hand? Tightly like this? I wonder why she's freaking out right now. Even as she said that, Ava's harsh breathing didn't improve in the slightest. Well, now what? Okay, she's like having a fucking like panic attack or something. This is getting kind of scary now. Holy fuck. Who is it? She saw an umbrella moving from beyond the rose. Yeah, literally, bro. Rosa threw away her umbrella and wildly lifted her gun. When she did, the figure beyond the bush showed itself. What? Is it Ava Beatrice?
何かご用？
What?
さっきの話の続きなの？
Continue our early. What?
ええ、そうよ。
Huh?
お父様の黄金の話よ。
Explain this? Doppelgangers. Dude, easy, bro. They all have doppelgangers. So instead of it being 18, it's 36 people on the island. Wait, no, but fucking Beato told us that there were no more than 18 people. Wait, hold on, bro. That makes no sense.
お願いだからマリアの前
You
で
know
は
what?
遠慮して。
Hold on. The only way that this makes sense is if what we're seeing, the timeline and the order is a fucked up, right? Ah, no, not really. Cause I was gonna say, that maybe because Ava is like freaking out in the bed, she's freaking out because something weird happened in the rose garden. So I was thinking that maybe this happened prior to her having that fever in the bed, maybe. But then the fucking timing doesn't really make all that much sense, though. Unless it's fucking Genji cosplaying, which I highly
ち
doubt.
ゃんと約束は守ってるわよ。
I've been keeping my promise, okay?
姉さんの悪巧みの邪魔はしない
You
わ。
won't get in the way you're scheming?
悪巧み？
Scheming?
何それ？
Wait, she sounds different, though.
姉さんが何を考えていても勝手よ。私は邪魔する気なんてない。だからマリアの前では許し
Please
て。
not in front of Maria?
私は分け前さえもらえれば十分だ
That'll。be enough?
分け前？
Okay, so this is Witch Ava, right? This is Witch Ava. Ava started laughing in a creepy voice. Rosa was startled, but Maria stared blankly. Then Maria said just one thing. Beato?
お
Oh.
おばさん誰？
What? Wait, who are you? She has the 6 eyes! Or the fucking Shinigami eyes, I mean. Fuck! Yo, what's so funny, bro? She sounds like those English teachers eating salads and stuff. You know how like those like super dude, I sound like fat phobic, never mind.
誰がお前にやるものか。
Who would give that to you?
あれはすべて私のもの。
Who is this?
この黄金の魔女。
The Golden Witch Beatrice. Okay, so this is the Fat phobia never fails to appear in these streams. Dude, nah, bro. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna say something that could be potentially be perceived as fat phobic, but I chose not to because I'm the bigger person. Cold. I'm literally being the bigger person. Holy fuck. Holy shit, dude. Cold. This is Frangy. Why she just making noises? What do you mean she's just making noises? She's literally dying. Beggar, just keep giving. Just because I'm being the bigger person does not mean I'm being fat phobic.
エヴァ大丈夫かエヴァエヴァエヴァ
握っていて。
Hold on.
離さないで。
Don't let go.
私じゃない誰かに連れ去
So
られ
that I
ない
don't get taken away by someone who isn't me. What the fuck? Is that my fucking car? Yo, I thought someone was trying to break into my fucking car. I was like, what the fuck? Bad timing, man. Bad timing. Alright, anyways. Keep holding on to my hand. Wait, I don't know how to explain this, though. If there's only 18 people... But then who's this witch then? Who is Beatrice? We don't know who Beatrice is. Alright, so we got Beato, nameless. We got Virgie. We got Ava. But what is this title Beatrice though? Does shift formation speed increase by 5% from getting up from your chair? Yeah, a little bit. I don't think outside the cat box. Ooh, what if it's a catnip instead? Who the fuck? I'm not. Who would be wicked enough to be doing this though? I have no idea actually. I have no fucking idea. Ah! Oh shit!
お前が何を努力したの？
Oh fuck. Okay, it is Ava Beatrice. Okay. Okay.
何も努力してない。
Wait, hold on. Is she gonna... Is she bad? Is she evil? You worked hard for art. Wait a second! Hold on! Is she gonna kill people? Because I remember, during the fucking, inner monologue, she would always tell other people and tell Ava herself just to die. Don't tell me she's gonna kill people, right?
いつも私たちの
Person who says, why don't you die already? Yeah, exactly. That was exactly what, I was thinking here. You never worked hard for anything, you were always hiding in our shadows.
いつも戦わずに
Always ran about from shadow to shadow.
逃げ
Wait,
回って
I thought she was gonna have a change of heart!
後ろ宮家の
Like in,
黄金を
P5.
無視する資格など本当に
Yeah, you
あ
really
ると
think
思
you're
って
so
る
qualified to
の？
ask me for the Shirmiya family gold? So you're not sharing? So you're not sharing?
あれは全て私のもの。
All of that is mine?
後ろ宮家当主にして
All mine and mine alone as the head of the Shirmiya family and the new golden witch, successor to the name of Beatrice. Change of heart for the worse? Yeah, no, actually, bro, she's fucking, I don't know. I gotta say, though, very cool outfit. See? One bow only. Lambda Delta had like fucking 14. Why does she need all that bows? What is that compensating for? You know what I'm saying? She only has one big bow here. Very cool. Oh wait, hold on, two bows, but it's just one red, one black. Okay, that's fine.
ベアトリーチェ。ベアトリーチェだ。
What?
ベアトリーチェ。
Frolicking around, Mara jumped at her mother in ecstasy. Wait, hold on though, but didn't Maria see the original Beato Beatrice? And now she's treating Ava Beatrice as the same Beatrice? What? I feel like Maria, she would have been like, wait, you're not the Beatrice I once knew. Right? Rosa treated Maria cold-heartedly and raised her gun high.
姉さんよね。
No, Rosa, come on, bro. You can obviously that it's not her, bro.
姉さんなのよ。
Are you dead ass? Are you... Look at her, Rosa! Look at her!
違うわ。私はもはやあなたの姉であった存在ではないの。
じゃあ、
Who
あ
are
んた
you?
誰なのよ。ベアトリーチェだとでも言うの？そんなはずはない。
That's
あんた
impossible.
は19年前に死んだのよ。
You died 19 years ago. Oh yeah, Rosa. Oh wait, what if Rosa? What if Rosa had a witch inside of her and somehow it was able to manifest and then she killed her own witch. That was Beatrice. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, maybe.
ええ、確かに死んでいたわ。だって私、
Like
あ
really
なた
so
の
like your
頭
head
が
was
割れているところを
smashed.
はっきり見たもの。その中身が溢れ出しているのを昨日のことのように思い出せる。
Damn!
そのあんたがどうして生きてここにいるのよ。
Only one way to find out! Shoot her!
黄金の魔女に死の概念など
The
ない。
concept of death does not exist for a golden witch.
黄金の魔女とベアトリ
The
ーチェ
names of the golden witch and Beatrice will be handed down for all eternity.
お前が知っていたベアトリーチェは死を迎
The
えたかも
Beatrice
し
you
れない
knew
が
met with death, but that name is mine
私
now.
の名である。故に無限。
Therefore, it is endless.
ベアト トリーチェに死の概念はないの。
The concept of death does not exist for Beatrice. Maybe for the witches, but definitely for the human though.
哀れね姉さん。
That goal has caused you to lose the distinction between fantasy and reality.
もはや私はお前の姉ではないというのに。さて、新しきベアトリーチェとして自らの復活の儀式を引き継ぐわ。
Oh, wait, hold on! Wait! I have been tasked with my own resurrection ritual? Wait a second. So this part of the epitaph, that's the resurrection ritual for Beatrice. And because Battler did not believe in Beatrice, Beatrice, she had failed the trial? Is that it?
ロノウェ。
Right? It's gotta be it. That has to be it, right? That has to be it. See? Overcome the trial that defeated the predecessor. And we know that in both... Oh, episode 1, Battler denied her. In episode 2, it was Rosa and Battler also. So I'm guessing that in order for her to succeed, she needs to make everyone believe in the witch. Well, at least Ava, at least. Yo, what up, Pedro? I missed quite a few streams. How are we doing? We are doing fantastic right now. We're on episode 3? Chapter 12. This is crazy so far. Episode 3, I think, is my favorite so far. It's been sensational.
私はどうすればいいの？
But how you been, man? What should I do?
ご随意のまま
That is up to you. What up, Renov?
もはやベアトリーチェ様には
You don't have the power to make whatever you think
どのような思いも実
reality.
現できる力がおありです。
But then in the real world, I still don't really know how to explain this. Because Rosa is seeing both Renov and Ava Beatrice. I don't know. You been good? Busy with the end of uni semester, but good? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. You're almost done, bro.
なれるでしょう。
You should grow used to it if you use it little.
不甲斐
But
な
I'm glad that you're doing
妹
A-okay, man.
よ。
Your worthless former sister? Whoa, hold on. Is that a key blast?
私が魔女として初めて捧げる
You
最
consider
初
an
の
honor to have been
生贄
selected
で
as
あ
my
ること
first sacrifice as a witch? Wait, hold on. Wait a second. If the original Beatrice, our golden witch Beatrice, sacrificed the 6, does that mean Ava Beatrice has to restart and kill another 6 now? Because I'm assuming that it doesn't transfer progress over. So she might have to kill another 6. Yeah? No, you're not? Oh, damn. But eventually, though, you will be. Eventually.
第二の番に寄り添う二人
Oh, okay, never mind.
私が
Oh!
この手で
It does? Okay. I should have just pressed A, I guess. On the second twilight, I'll tear apart the two who are close with my own hands. Dance of the Moon Rabbits? Stop. The first thing that new Beatrice wished, no, the first magic she tried to use, was to surpass the limitation given to humans. In particular, gravity? What? She wanted to become fully aware of her transformation into a witch by being released from these shackles. As the witch and Rosa stayed as they were, the ground retreated all by itself into the distance below them? By now, their feet were no longer attached. Stop. Stop. How? How? Rosa finally realized that the ground hadn't retreated into the distance below her, but that she and the witch had been sucked up into the rainy sky. Fucking shoot her, Rosa! Shoot her! Shoot her! Wait, she sounds like Mari a little bit here, no? Stop. To humans shackled by gravity, there's nothing more unnerving than than not having their feet on solid earth. However, to Beatrice, who had learned the joy of being released from gravity as a new witch, it was enough to cause her new body, her whole body, to shake with delight.
ねえローザ、昔小さい頃魔女になって空が飛べたらなって話したことある。
Wait, this is low-key like how the OG Rosa died. About how like the human, like, not fucking OG Rosa, the fucking normal Beatrice died, where she fell from a high place. This is kind of like Rosa dying in the same way. We used to talk about what it'd be like to become witches and fly around the sky.
叶ったよ。
It's come true, you know?
私が本当の魔女になって叶えてあげたわ。
Jesus fuck.
やめてよ。
あなた言ったわ。
Alright, the only way to explain this in real life is that she got pushed out of the window. Yeah, it's the only way. It's the only way.
夢の中で空を飛んだって。
You said that you flew through the sky in your
そして
dream?
責めたくなかった
You
とも
also
言っ
said
た
that you
わ。
hadn't wanted to wake
起
up.
こした私を恨んだともね。
You were even mad at me for waking you, right?
安心して。今度は冷めないわよ。
Dude, I like your voice actor a lot, I think. You won't wake up this time, alright?
いや
It's so like snark and smug. Well, come dance with me in the vast rainy sky. Didn't we wish together to fly like seagulls in the sky? And escape the cramped and boring island of Rokenjima? Now I'll make that dream a reality for you. That is why I want to share this joy with you and no one else.
楽しいねローザ。楽しい。
Oh, I mean,
見てごらん眼下を。
she's gonna
私たちのお屋敷って
look at how small our mansion is. Oh
あんな
fuck.
小さな場所で私たちはどれほどの長い時を過ごしたのかしら。その狭さとちっぽけさに今こそ本当に飽き
If you're able to fly, can't you escape this island now? Come on. Let's work together, shall we?
だからこそ感じて楽しんで
So feel and joy?
喜んで
Rejoice?
私たちが憧れた
The power we yearn for, the power to move through the sky at will?
さあ踊ろうよローザ。雨の中を風の中を
What?
私たちは踊るように飛び回ろう。
Dude, she's wicked.
稲光が私たちを照らして祝福してくれる
In episode 1 and 2, we like never saw Beatrice outwardly kill people. It was always the servants. But now Ava, she's going out of her way and she's taking matters into her own fucking hands, bro. That's crazy. The witch and Rosa were like leaves floating around in a whirlwind. No one's seeing? Yeah, but like it's raining like shit outside and they're all busy doing their own thing here, so it's over. As the rain pounded upon every part of their bodies, as the lightning occasionally shone upon them, they shook with the joy of being released from the ground. She does it for the love of the game? Bro. So is Ava the villain here? Is that what they're trying to say? Ava's a villain? But then that begs the question. Is the villain the same in every episode? Maybe there's one... Okay, maybe it's just like Higurashi, where there's like one mastermind, but then in each episode, the people that do the murders, they're all different, maybe. Maybe it's just like that. However, it was only that way for the witch. Rosa was holding onto her head, voicelessly screaming over and over. Yeah. She's gonna drop her from there, you fucking bugger. You should have been... Oh my... Oh god. A slowly displeased expression rose to the witch's face when she realized that her own joy was not being shared. And she decided to listen to her former sister's request. The whirlwind that had been making Rosa dance around grew weaker and then stopped. We're getting some Mario and Rosa smash burgers? Wait! Mario's flying also? In other words, Rosa was once again bound by the restrictions of gravity as a human. Following the laws that were originally correct, Rosa began to descend towards the ground upside down. No, she began to fall. Dude, she's evil. The witch had intended to send Rosa plummeting, but she still wasn't used to using magic. Jesus fuck. After plummeting about 100 meters into a rose bush, as a very, very natural result, Rosa died instantly. Holy fuck. But the witch hadn't intended to kill her? So she wrote for Rosa not to die? That's torture. That's crazy torture. When she did, gold butterflies quote about Rosa's body reviving that life just as the witch had wished. What? Rosa's body, which had laid out a radial carpet of fresh blood, rapidly returned to normal. The broken and crushed bones returned to normal. Yo, was this in the anime? The torn and smashed flesh returned to normal. Just like how Virgie fixed up that vase. How easy it is to break things in this world and how difficult it is to fix them. Anyone can take a life, but no human can revive a lost life. By surpassing the irreversible, one proves that they have surpassed humans. A highlight of the anime? Yes? Okay. This really gave her a much, much greater realization that she was a witch than flying through the sky had. Dude, she looks so scary here. Jeez.
もちろんです。ベアトリーチェ様はすでに無限の魔女であらせられます。
Alright.
生きること
To live and to die.
生かすことも殺すことも
To bring to life and to kill, all of it repeated endlessly.
その輪廻を支配する女王こそが
As the endless witch, you are the queen who controls that cycle of life and death. So essentially, she's kind of like God. I dropped the goldfish bowl. The fragile and beautiful bowl broke and I couldn't put it back together again. Okay. You mustn't break things, you mustn't kill people. After all, you can't fix them, unless you're the endless witch. So if you could fix them, then you wouldn't get in trouble for breaking them, right? Dude, her laugh is scary, I think. Yikes. For a while, the witch became intoxicated with how terrible and wonderful the power she had succeeded was. It's iconic? Ugh, it creeps me out. Her laugh was pure innocent and also cruel? Well, Mario, step in, bro. Mario, lock in, bro. Even though Rose had been revived, she let out a cry of anguish at the pain from her fall. The witch leaned in front of her and held out her hand. What's Mario gonna do? I mean, she's got some knowledge about the black magic stuff, so like maybe she's got some crazy spell hidden. I didn't think flying in the sky would be so much fun. Her laugh is so annoying. It's creepy. And I didn't know that humans could die so easily. Dude, she low-key sounds like Mario a little bit though here. She's gonna doodle a scorpion on the floor and become Edward Elric? Yo, spoilers, bro. Play with me some more, okay? So she's gonna get tortured? She's gonna get tortured now. What were those dreams you told me about when you were a kid? Go ahead and tell me all about them without holding back. Yeah, bro. As I am now, I can make anything come true no matter how absurd. I can let you drown in an ocean of jelly. I can swallow you up in a mountain of cake. Ooh, that wouldn't be too bad. Drool in a... Oh, drowning? Sucks, I think. I can make you even grow butterfly wings? Wait, yeah, do that one, actually. That sounds nice. I'll do them one after another. Let's start with the ocean of jelly, okay? Oh my gosh, she's getting fucking tortured now. Rosa was once again thrown high into the rainy sky. However, the sky wasn't filled with raindrops, but with drops of orange juice? When she looked down, Rosa had to doubt her eyes. The rose garden had disappeared and the ground spread out beneath her was like a pastel-colored jigsaw puzzle. It was from a dream she had talked about when she was young, an ocean of jelly? What? I'm so confused. Alright, listen. I'm gonna pull up Battler and just say, none of this matters. When I'm watching it right now, it does not matter. It's not real. It doesn't exist. Fuck this thing. Fuck it. The black part was coffee jelly. The red was strawberry jelly. We couldn't get different CGs, just different CG colors, really? The yellow was pineapple. The green was melon. And what was the white part? Apple, perhaps? Did Rosa even have the time to think about something like that? Rosa fell towards the multicolored ocean. The AI. And sank deep into a grape-flavored purple sea. It really was an ocean of jelly. It had no bottom. As Rosa sank, she was shocked to see a school of transparent fish swimming through the grape jelly ocean. What's the significance of the jelly color order? That's a good question, actually. Alright. Let's see. Black, red, yellow, green. What is that? Rainbow? Who wears black? Servants. Red is Kraus, Battler, Kinzo. Yellow. Does anyone wear yellow? Green is George. I don't... Who wears yellow? Nah. I don't know about that, actually. They were probably made of grape skin. Then she sank on and on, deeper and deeper, as deep as the Mariana Trench, compressed tight by the water pressure of the jelly ocean. As her ribs crushed and crunched, as her spine snapped and cracked, Jesus fuck. In the end, she had become a small, frail meatball. Well, can't you eat your way out of that? Like, if you're drowning, can't you just eat it out? And because it's so thick... actually, nah. It's a dream no one else can imitate. Eating a Mariana Trench worth of jelly or die? Yeah, but like, if I have Nanjo and Hideyoshi by my side, we can do anything, I think. The instant I snapped my fingers, the meatball I had been Rosa was launched up into the sky. What? After being enveloped in a golden brilliance, she returned to her original form. Just call them... But they're not fat, though. They're not fat. It was as simple and easy as returning dried seaweed to its original form, and anyone could do it. If they were a witch? That vacant look on Rosa's face. That had to be because of the joy from having that dream she had given up on as a child made into reality. Definitely, probably. Next is the mountain of cake. In an instant, the sky was covered and became patterned black and white like a chessboard. That almost transparent white part was her favorite gelatin cheesecake. The elegant black part was a slightly better gâteau au chocolat. They were a ceiling, they were a mountain, and those several billion cakes were thrown down towards Rosa. If you pile those cakes up, they would surely be taller than Mount Everest. So they probably weighed, I'm not too sure, but it was probably heavier than all the cakes across Japan put together. Damn. It fell down like a ceiling and swallowed Rosa up, so as a very, very natural result, Rosa was crushed to death. In less than a second, Her bones broke throughout her body and her insides were all smashed and forced out. Splatoon. And yes, still an even greater number of cakes piled up on top. And Rosa ended up as a layer of jam wedged between the cakes. She became as thin as a single hair and was probably smashed out into the air of a tennis court. What is the symbolism of torture in this fucking show here, man? Fucking Battler got tortured in the Tea Party. Rose is getting tortured here. Family's getting fucking tortured with these games. Who's doing all this? That world swallowed up by cake was once again absorbed by the golden flash. This is what happens when Eric sits on you. Maybe if I had a Miami BBL. Then, as though it had all been a dream, Rose was revived once again. Of course, it definitely wasn't a dream. She had been revived after dying. By that point, death, which most humans only have to experience once after they are born, had already been experienced repeatedly by Rosa. In other words, she had gone through that which humans cannot, the precious experience of dying once, of dying more than once. Dude, that laugh is not natural, bro. You are fake laughing. Sure, I guess. Yay! She can fly now, finally! A fucking happy ending. Please have mercy? I think she's only doing this because in last episode, Rosa denied Beatrice. And so she's doing all of this to make her submit, right? But the way how she talks, though, it sounds very similar to Maria, though, I feel. I might be tripping. Laughing innocently, she pointed her gold staff at Rosa as she begged for mercy. When she did, Rosa glittered gold and rapidly began to shrink. What? She shrank down to the size of a real butterfly. Then gold wings sprouted from her back and then she joined her fellow gold butterflies. So Rosa is Tinkerbell now? They're saying that Maria is Ava? I don't know. Maybe. It's just they sound very similar. I just don't know how to make that connection though. However, while a human body could withstand this wind, it was a different matter for a butterfly's body. The gold butterfly Rosa was invited to dance by each gale of wind and she spun in circles around the rose garden. A gentle bed caught her as she tired from dancing. There was a soft knit hammock in the shadows beneath the roof of the arbor. Is that bed a spider web? The owner of that hammock lumbered into view, welcoming its rare guests who had wandered in on the stormy night. That owner, which had been small enough to crush in the palm of your hand, now looked as big as the top of a canopy bed to Rosa. Jesus. Fuck, bro. What the fuck happened here, bro? What is that? Spider? Right? A spider? Spider web, maybe? Okay. You got caught in a spider's web. Yo, what up, Genzoki? How you been? It's a dance with the spider, and we all know that butterflies hate spiders. We find a spider's web and play around by throwing pebbles at it? What the hell? Spiders don't chew their prey? They insert their venom and when the insides melt into a sticky soup, they suck it out? Yuck! Rosa, I'm so sorry, Rosa. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe this is bad karma, actually. You know what? Remember how we throw butterflies and the spider webs on purpose? What the fuck? Yo, some evil-ass kids, bro. You couldn't, like, skip rocks? Do jump roping? Rock, paper, scissors? Something like Uno? Hello? Girls would be girls? I guess.
覚えてないわね。あなた小学校に上がる
You
前
only have Bratz toys, Barbie dolls, nothing? You don't remember, do you? This happened before you got into grade school?
今度はよく見れるわよ。
You'll be able to see it close this time, you know.
しげしげとね。
Very close. Dude, her laugh is ugh.
許して姉さん。助けて姉さん。
Jesus fuck. So does Rosa have the worst death? I think Rosa has the worst death so far. She is getting fucking tortured. Jeez. Yo, shout out to Lady Gaga.
あいつやるな。
This girl's not bad. Jeez, you're sick. She truly can use magic at will. Battle episode 2 versus Rose episode 3. I think I'd rather be Battler because at least I have a dog chain around my neck faced on ass up to a Beato. You know? But like Rosa's getting like injected with like venom. And then her insides is getting melted and then getting sucked back up by the spider. Yeah, dude. I think I would rather throw away my manhood instead of getting fucked by a spider, I think.
面白い面白い面白い面白い。
Interesting?
バトラも笑えるだろう。
No.
ふざけんな。もう止めろ。
When did you ever have manhood, son? Dude, I always have had my manhood.
何が楽しいんだよ。
What's so fun? You're insane? You're insane?
おかしいぞ。こんなことをして何が楽しいってんだ。
What's so fun about doing something like that?
あんなに楽しそうじゃないかよ。
No, dude. Yo, somebody kill her, man. She's gotta die. All these witches, except for Virgie, gotta die. I don't blame her. Magic is fun.
思い出すよ。
Remember when I first became able to use magic? I played around so much.
すっごくはしゃいだもんさ。ああ、わかるぜわかるぜ。
I understand that play from the bottom of my heart.
この喜びや感動。バートラには共感できないんだろうな。
I mean, you kinda did it already last episode.
残念残念。バートラだって。
You accepted me, I'll teach you magic anytime you wanted, you know.
もう教えてやるぞ。
I feel like she only wants him to accept her so that way she can be revived.
人間の束縛を逃れた瞬間の喜びは
It's hard to describe the joy you receive in the instant you are freed from the shackles of humanity.
そなたに教えてやりた
That
いよ。
joy, that
あの
passion.
喜び、あの感動。そなたの生み出す魔法の世界もぜひ一
I don't
度
know.
見てみたいものだ。楽しくなってきただろう。
Not really.
魔
I'm getting
法が
creeped
使
out
いたく
here.
なってきただろう。
You've started wanting to use magic? No.
魔女もなかなかに楽しいものであるぞ。
But how does this make sense in the real world, though? It just makes no sense.
特別に教えてやる。
Only way is that Maria, she like got pushed out of a fucking building. And then after, dude, nah, that makes no sense.
一緒に空を飛ぶ喜びとか、
About
一
the
緒
joy
に
of
海
flying
を
together in
潜
the
る
sky, but
喜
the
び
joy
と
of
か、
diving together through the sea.
人間の制約を超えた瞬間に知る。
Alright, what if Rosa got pushed out of a window, fell in the rose garden, and then the murderer took her head, plunged her, essentially waterboarding her twice. But then how'd you explain the spider part though? Maybe like a syringe, maybe perhaps? Maybe they pulled out like a massive syringe and then they injected her with some weird fucking serum. And then they extracted her blood. Ah, dude, I don't even fucking know, bro.
世界がどれほどに広
That's how
が
it
った
ends?
のか
Okay.
という感動をそなたにも教えてや
In
る。
the instant you surpass the bounds of humans and see how wide your world stretches out. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh! There's no malice in Beatrice's expression. Bro learned nothing from Virgie? Well, I could just say nah and just ignore all of this, but it was hard to believe, but she was genuinely enjoying this full show. and she thought that she was sharing her appreciation with Battler. Battler was aghast at that vastly, hopelessly different measure of value.
信じられねえ。てめえ、絶対変だぞ。
You could say that, but there would be nothing to clip farm? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm trying to clip farm for r/umineko. Kokoro no Kumi. I don't know what the fucking Japanese saying of when they cry, sorry.
やめろ。
I tried it. Stop it already, goddammit.
マルギリア、このおかしな茶番を止めさせるんだ。
Yeah, Virgie, make her stop, bro.
どうすりゃいいんだ。
I don't know.
私たちは番外の存在です。
We exist outside the board.
盤上には触れられません。
We cannot touch the board itself. But can't you use Monsters Reborn like in Yu-Gi-Oh? Virgilia shook her head apologetically. She was the one who had already been killed. Did that mean she couldn't interfere in any way? As Beata continued to enjoy it in a crazed sort of way, Battler lifted her up by the collar and yelled at her. There we go.
やめろやめろやめろ。
There we go. Wait, what collar? She ain't got no collar. Oh, what's this?
いい加減にしろ、魔女め。
You want Verge to get packed up twice? I think Verge could definitely handle Ava Beatrice.
あれがエヴァおばさんだってのか。
Are you telling me that's Auntie Ava?
ありえない。
That's impossible.
俺の知ってるエヴァおばさんは確かに意
Auntie
地悪
Ava,
な
I
と
know
こも
maybe
少し
mean
はあ
at
ったけど、
times, but
こんな残酷なことをする人じゃ断じてありえない。すべてお前のまやかしだ。ローザおばさんをもてあそぶな。
yeah.
エヴァおばさんをもてあそぶな。
Go ahead.
まっすぐ
Fight for her, bro.
を止めさせる。
I don't really think it's Auntie Ava either because she's in that bed fucking having a full-blown panic attack, telling Hideyoshi to save her and to stop essentially to save her from this other being that looks like her. Yeah.
だからローザと遊んでいるのはもう
It's not me playing with Rose anymore, but then if it's not Ava, then who the fuck is it then?
新しきベアトリー
It's
チェ
not
だという
Kumasawa.
に
It's not Shannon. It's not Rosa. It's not maybe not Suhi, maybe? I mean, she's wearing purple.
そんなにギャーギャー
That's such a stupid fucking theory, man. Is it really so cruel that you have to squeal like
そ
that?
なたもこういうの実は結構好
You're
き
pretty
だ
fond
ろ
of
う
stuff
が
like this, aren't you? A little
実は
bit.
ちょっぴり魔法に興味を持ってき
You
て
actually have. But where's Maria in all of this, though? Maria, she's like watching all of this, right? You actually have just a bit of interest in magic, and ouch.
何をする
What was that? For the first time, Battler slapped Beato across the cheek. Wow. There you go. Stand. Wait, hold on. Wait. I'm not slapping because Battler slapped her. I'm clapping because Battler is standing up for himself here. Beato didn't know why something like that would be done to her, and stunned expression rose to her face. No, dude. No, I don't. I'm literally reading feminist literature right now. Beato didn't know why something like that would be done to her, and a stunned expression rose to her face. Battler found the expression even more unforgivable, and he roared. Oh shit! Oh shit! Whoa! I've never seen this face before. What the hell? He's losing his marbles
こ
also.
れが面白いだ。お前の頭はどうなってんだ。
Saying that like a performative male? I'm not a performative male, bro. What do you mean? Nuh-uh, bro. I'm anything but. Because what I say is truth. I am what I am, alright? There is no cap in my rap. You see this? This is low-key getting cold, I think. But it's fine. Alright, hold on. I'm okay, wait, hold on. That's crazy. That's crazy, Battler. That's crazy. Wait. Hey, hold on, yo. You should never kill yourself. Slice the top of your head off and try looking inside. You'll definitely find that the insides have been completely removed. That's my goat? Yeah, hold on. Battler, Battler is goated. It's just in this circumstance right here, telling Beato to go kill herself. Might be, not saying that it is an understandable reaction from Battler's point of view. Not saying that I condone it, not saying that I support it, but just saying from Battler's point of view here, it's somewhat understandable.
I'm
surprised lightning didn't, like, come down though. Make her stop her right now. Make her stop this disgusting farce. It's fine to pull a gun at your child, but he stops the line at saying kill yourself. No one pulled their gun at a child though. I'll never forgive you. We're all clapping it up. How dare you do something so cruel? I sometimes thought you're a bit of a funny person, but I'll never make that mistake again. Yeah, Beatrice, you were trying to flirt low-key, but now you've lost him. It's over. You lost your chance. You're just a monster who's nothing but cruel. Don't show yourself in front of me. Never again. It's over. I won't accept you. I won't talk with you. I don't even want to look at your face. Damn! They broke up. Hard to get it too hard? Wait, what? That get through to you? Don't show yourself in front of me. Just fuck off! Dude, what is this, dude? That was horrible, man. That was not tough. What? The instant Battler screamed, the power that resisted the witch became a red wall which repelled Beato, knocking her back onto her butt. Wait, what? Battler's got a fucking shield now? How? If he doesn't believe in magic and fucking witches, how does he have a red shield then? What? She spoke as though making an excuse, but the person those words were directed at, Battler, was no longer there. His figure had suddenly disappeared into the darkness, but Beato patted her lips and continued trying to explain herself. Yo! Wait, she changed her tone completely, damn. It's not like I completely don't see where you're coming from, but this is nothing more than an innocent prank? Alright, hold on. How old are you? We get that you're like 1,000 years old, but I don't know, it seems very childlike here. No matter how she kills, that person will be brought back to life in the end, right? Aren't humans creatures that are fine with anything as long as it ends well? Aren't humans creatures that are fine with anything as long as it ends well? Depends. Right, Master? Oh, she's sad now. Yeah, fuck you. She was hoping for approval, but Virgie simply faced her with an indifferent expression. To Beato at that moment, even an exacerbated face would have probably have seen better. There you go. Nice. There we go. Call me when it's over. Damn! Following Battler's lead, Virgie hid herself in the darkness. Left sitting there on her own, Beato didn't have a clue what was going on, and felt like she had been made out to be the bad guy. What's so wrong? Weird, bro, weird. From the family group chat. She's fucking weird. Who in the family likes killings and stuff? No one. Who is she? It's nothing to get mad about. Since when can Battler undo his form? That's what I'm saying, bro. How can Battler can like do magic here? Yeah, she's learning now. You're gonna learn today. Does you really hate me that much? Oh, she's crying? Yeah, we do.
対戦相手だから敵同
So
士
it
で
is
は
true
あ
we
る
are enemies.
先を笑い合えぬほどわらわたちは不仲
What
だ
is
と
our
いうの
relationship
か
really so bad that we can't laugh together at entertainment?
バトラと一緒に拍手できたように一緒にゲラゲラ笑い合えると思ったのに
Alright, mentally she might be like fucking 9 years old, dude. Mentally.
その程度のことすらわらわは拒絶されるというのかよ
I mean, to be fair though, if she was a witch, she hadn't had really much social interaction, so therefore, she is socially inept and she doesn't know how to read the room. Yeah, you know what? It makes sense actually.
魔女だと認めぬのはいいさ
He doesn't just have to accept that I'm a
それを
witch,
競い合うゲームなんだから
because the point of the game is to compete over that.
でもよ顔も見ない話
Still,
もしない
saying he won't look at my face, then he won't talk to me?
無視はいくらなんで
Really
もな
ignoring
い
me
だ
is
ろ
going too far?
わらわ
What? I really hated that
嫌
much?
いなものなのかよ
Yo, at the very end here, bro, if we fucking go to the guest house, that weird trapdoor that I was talking about, if they go through that fucking trapdoor and they just see Battler and fucking Beatrice talking together, having a fucking good old ball, I'm gonna lose my shit. If this whole story is just a prank, what a waste.
これまでお嬢様
The
は十
moves that
分に
made
嫌
thus
わ
far
れ
are
るだけの
certainly
察
worthy
して
of
おり
hatred,
としま
milady.
した
Renault right there, did she not learn anything from the well-mannered man? But this guy's like cunning also.
悪魔の私でさえ
Even a demon such as myself can slowly understand Battler-sama's feelings.
それが理解でき
Damn.
ぬのはお嬢様が
Thick-headed? I think so
鈍
too,
感が過ぎ
maybe.
るのではないかと
うるさいうるさいうるさいうるさい
Awesome rage bait, awesome rage
お前
bait.
も消えてしまえ
はいそれでは失礼いたしま
And
す
now she's all alone. Well, was that worth it? Even Renault hid herself in the darkness, hid himself in the darkness, and Beato was left alone. The only one in the Rainy Rose Garden. No one will play with the lonely witch. Because no one would play with her. She was a lonely witch.
なんでわらわと
Those are mean as shit, man.
遊んでくれないんだよ
It's like a children's playground where, like, if you're like a child and like someone's fucking mean to you, no one wants to play with you, man.
そんなにわらわは変かよ
Yeah, you are that weird and cruel, bitch.
誰か返事しろよ
Don't look at me. Well, now what? Rosa is still getting tortured now.
さあ次は何をして遊ぶ
Oh, come on, you're not done
も
yet?
ちろんマリアも一緒に遊んであげる
Oh, nah. Come on, lock in, bro. Lock in.
みんなで仲良く
You gotta save her, bro. You gotta save Mario at
チョコレー
least.
トの鍋を泳いで
Swim in a pot of boiling chocolate, let's have a picnic in a cake rising oven. Mario, save Rosa, maybe. Mario?
の新しき
What? Is she gonna stop her now? Behind the witch, she was continuing her spree of tragedy. Beato showed herself. Her expression was very rare for her. It was kind of restrained. Oh, restrained, somehow unreliable and miserable.
これは先代ベアトリーチェ様
Predecessor Beatrice
ご覧
Sama.
くださりましたか
Yeah, she was
魔法
watching.
の力は本当に素晴らしい
Paramagically
魔
wonderful.
女に生まれ変わることができたことを今ほど楽しいと思ったことはありません
Oh my god, is she more cruel than Beatrice?
まるでいつまでも終わらぬお遊戯の時
It's
間
like
のよ
playtime that
う
never ends.
さあ先代様もご一緒に遊びましょう
Predecessor Sama.
その前にちょっとお待ちになってくださいね
Wait for a second,
太陽
why?
オーブンの中で焼け焦げて死んでしまったから
They're cooked to the death in the oven? Come on. Have fun with the demonology. Have fun. Enjoy yourself, Anna. I appreciate you.
ま
Enjoy
るでイー
yourself.
ストで膨れるパンみたいに
Bread rising because of yeast?
オーブンの中で膨れるクッキ
Like
ーみた
cookies
いに
expanding in an oven?
話を聞けというのに
Okay, now what?
そのだな第二の番の生贄にはもう十
Wait,
分だね
Beatrice is trying to stop? What the fuck? I feel like, hold on. Okay, hold on. Torture in the Rose Garden. Ava Beatrice tortures Rosa, and Battler loses his shit against Beato. she feels bad and tries to intervene with Ava Beatrice. What the fuck?
確かに殺し方については指定がないが
Maybe beating people is a solution. Maybe like a light tap on the head, perhaps.
それ以上もてあそぶことは
You
ある
shouldn't
ま
toy
い
with him any more than
何
that.
をおっしゃいます先
What are
代
you saying?
様。さっきロノウェイから聞きましたよ。先代様の魔法はもっともっと素敵で残酷でやりたい放題だった。
Her magic was much more wonderful, cruel, and self-indulgent.
6人のお腹からお菓子が溢れ出すハロウィンパーティーなんて。
She remembers that from episode 2.
ならば私はアリスのお茶会を演出しようかしら。
Alice's tea party? Oh
何で
hell
もない
no.
日を祝うお茶会にみんなを招待
Celebrate
して
a happy on
私が
birthday.
魔法で次々おもてなしするの。先代様みたいに素敵にできるかしら。
Oh god.
個性的に残酷にポップにキュートにできるかし
She's
ら。
drugged out of her mind with this power. I wonder if I can be cruel in my own pop cute style. Oh gosh, that's scary.
今思うとおとぎ話とかってどれも残酷でした
All
よ
fairy
ね。
tales are cruel. Dude, this face is fucking crazy though.
そのおとぎ話の魔女に自らがなってみてようやく理解しまし
She's
た。
a witch in those fairy tales. Like Wicked.
わらわもその以前までのは少しやりすぎたかな
Slightly of the opinion that in the past, I too might have gone a little too far.
まあ黄金の魔女たるもの少しは気品があっても良いかと思う
But wasn't that what Virgil was trying to tell you, Beatrice? And then you fucking called her an old hag?
先代様が何をおっしゃってるのかわかりません。
I don't understand what you're trying to say, Beatrice.
でも一つだけわかります。
There's nothing I do
今
understand.
の私がどれほど
No
美
matter
し
how hard I
くても
try now, I'm
先
no
代
match
様
for
の
how
残
cruel
酷さ
you
には
are.
到底及びま
Yeah,
せん。
she set the tone.
もっともっと頑張らなくちゃ。
She gotta try much harder. That's fucked
も
up.
っと残酷になって
That's fucked
立
up.
派な黄金
That's
の魔女
fucked
にならな
up.
くちゃ。
Oh, you're done fucked up,
だ
Beatrice.
からそれはもう十分だという
We've
の
already done enough here.
とにかくわらわの
She won't listen to you. They're gonna fight again.
第2の番はもう
They
十
will
分
fight.
わらわが少し手本を見せる
I'll show you how it's
下
done.
がって見ておる
Stand back and watch.
先代様、どんな無残で残酷でおぞましい殺し
She's
方を
gonna
見
just
せて
stab
く
with
れ
them.
るのか
With her
楽しみで
servants.
す。
Maybe. The new witch pinched the sides of her skirt and gave a graceful bow, stepping back as an expectant gaze rose to her face. She was expecting an even more cruel magic that surpassed even herself.
まあそうだなそういう殺し方しかできないうちは
You're only half a witch if you can only kill with methods like
わらわ
that?
が上品な
An
黄金
elegant
の魔女
way
ら
to
しい殺し
kill?
方を見せようぞ
It's gonna be something Mickey Mouse, I think. Now what? When Beato waved her pipe, 7 colors of smoke poured out, reviving Rosa and Maria. Compared how the new Beatrice had done it a short while ago, it was slightly gentler. It was probably more gentle than how Beato had done herself up until now. Rosa's consciousness had already grown dim from the pain of so many repeated deaths. But even so, she pleaded that her daughter be spared.
許して、せめてマリアだけで
Jesus fuck. Have mercy. This is a horrible chapter, man. Horrible chapter.
すまない我が弟子が少し羽目を外しすぎたようだ
What the fuck, man?
その許せ
Like what? When Mar realized it was a real Beatrice, she jumped onto her.
ベアとは約束したよ
You
ね。
promised, right,
マリアを
Beato?
黄金島へ連れてってくれるって約束したよね。
I'm so lost, bro. When your goat tortures you, yeah, this is horrible. Episode 3 is jam-packed with great moments. This is a great moment. This is a horrible moment.
そこではママとも仲良しになれて、
And I could be friends with Mama and everyone will laugh together.
そこへ連れて行ってくれるって
Rip.
約束してくれたよね。
Rip.
そうだな
About that she
そ
lied.
の約束はもう
I can no
守
longer.
れぬ
Keep that promise.
自分の謎を解く者が現れたからわらわはもう黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェではないのだ。
What the fuck?
だからすまん。そなたとの約束はもう守れる。
なんで
Is Beato developing human emotions and feelings now?
どうして
What's going on?
ペアと約束してた
Yeah, you fucking promised.
すまぬ。本当にすまぬ。
She's sorry?
だからせめて
I apologize for not being able to keep my promise. I will kill you nicely now. I'll give you a truly quiet sleep, which will never be disrupted again. Beato embraced Mario with a loving expression. Then softly a red bruise appeared on Mario's neck. It was a gentle bruise. Yeah. Well, she didn't lie, she just couldn't upheld her promise, which is kind of a form of lying, but... I mean, not. Maybe like a half lie. It grew redder and redder and went and distinctly formed itself into the shape of a hand. Mario's neck tilted suddenly. Wait, she used that same technique as Genji. Is Beato Genji? Peacefully as though she had fallen asleep.
マリオ。
Okay. Hey! Oh, okay, hold on. Beato, you should have done it to Rosa first. Fuck.
すまぬ。そなたが第二の番の生贄であることは謝らぬ。そういう運命だ。
That is your fate. But luckily, Rosa, you can change your fate though.
しかしその捧げ方が悪趣味であったことは謝らねばならぬ。これが最後の。
This is your final sleep?
もう二度と。
Never again will be disturbed. Alright. Beato softly, gently lifted her finger as though touching the empty air in front of her nose. When she did, a light breeze lifted up, making Rosa's body dance lightly like a feather. Then, Rosa's body floated lightly, and there was a garden fence with its spear-shaped prongs. What? Hey! Whoa! What the fuck? Whoa! What? How is that peaceful? How is that peaceful? Why the fuck did she do that? Beato softly lifted her fingers as though touching the empty. Wait, what? The spear of the fence, Rosa's medulla oblongata. Hold on, so we got. Alright, well, Rosa's fucking. I mean, Mario's dead here. And Rosa's dead with the spear's gate. Okay, so I'm assuming that this is the real death here. So maybe because in real life, Genji gave the same sleep of death to Kanon and Shannon. What if Genji killed Maria, and then someone pushed Rosa out of the window, and then she fell onto this spear gates? Maybe that's the real death here. So everything that we've seen previously, that was all fake and stuff. Alright. Wasn't Genji proclaimed as dead though? But then Rosa also said that all the servants, Rosa and Ava said that all the servants might not be dead though. So because we don't know if they're really dead or not, we can assume both things here. That one she's dead and one she's alive. I mean the servants are both alive and dead. What window? I have no idea. Isn't she literally in the middle of the rose garden? I don't know. What window? What if Hideyoshi pushed her? No, Hideyoshi wouldn't push her, right? What if like Hideyoshi went outside to like tell them to like, stop? Rosa didn't stop, and so he like shoved her, but then his overwhelming power was too much, and then she fell out the window. Somehow. Maybe. I don't fucking... nah. It's crazy. Compared to the earlier innocent yet cruel events, her end was surprisingly tame. Schrodinger's window. Hideyoshi one-tapped him? Yeah, essentially. Well, think about it. Rosa's like what? 110 and like Hideyoshi's like 330. So like one massive heave from Hideyoshi, that's enough to like push her off. You know what I'm saying? It just looked like a dawn ship, like Rosa was leaning against the fence. But she had passed away. Well, GG's, well played, I guess.
まあざっとこんなものよ。
Ava's gonna call it lame. Always teetering on the edge? You mean teetering on the fence? Whatever, bro. Power scaling the people on the island. I think the strongest person so far from what we've seen is Kumasawa. Either Kumasawa or Genji. In terms of magic, though. Byato acted proud, but the new witch wore a blank expression almost as though this was an anticlimax. And she was forthright with that opinion.
なんだか地味です。
It's kind of plain. Man, fuck you!
どの上に聞いていた先代様のそれ
Very
とは
different from the
随分
person
違い
Renault
ま
told me
す。
about. In terms of raw sweaty power, who is top 5? Raw sweaty power? Let's see. Well, if we're talking in terms of like pure sweat. They ain't got no AC or central air. So because of that, when they're walking around, I think Hideyoshi and Nanjo would definitely build up a crazy sweat. Just walking around, I think. So these two are probably tied first place. Maybe second is Goda? And then Genji, maybe? Maybe Kenzo also. How come? I mean, they don't got central air. They don't got AC, you know? They're getting kind of old, you know? Walking around is kind of difficult. Waddling around, I mean. Very different from the person Renault told me about.
そのだな。
You must use
魔
magic
法は
with
上
dignity,
品
you
に
see?
使わねばな。
Yo, you're not fooling anyone,
あまり
Beatrice.
その品がないのはエレガントではない。
Yo, did she like Battler? She either likes Battler, or she wants to be friends with Battler, or she just wants to be accepted by Battler so she can be revived. Those are the three only possible conclusions on why she's doing this here.
せっかく素敵なことが無限にできる
Or
魔法なのに
4, the Phantom Thieves from Persona 5 went into Beato's palace and they made her have a change of heart. But you can do wonderful things endlessly with this
つ
magic.
まらない。
How boring.
これ愚痴るでない。
Not now? No
黄
complaining.
金の魔
Sip
女
your
の
water?
うちは
Dude, thanks, bro.
一日にしてならずだ。
The path of a golden witch cannot be completed in a day.
そなたとて第10の番を終えるまでは半人前
We're
よ。
still incomplete until you finish the 10th Twilight.
今は黙ってわらわの指導に従うのだ。
Follow my instructions. Did Virgie help out Beato then? For the Twilight?
良いな。
What
返事は
happened
ど
to
う
your
した？
answer?
返事は
She's gonna say no.
はーい。
Oh.
それでよい。それでまあまだ復活の儀式の先は長いぞ。
Resurrection
あと
trial.
5人も殺さ
You
ね
still
ば
have
な
to
ら
kill
ないからな。
5 people. 5 people?
あまりもてあそばずに綺麗に上
With
品に
beauty and
少し
dignity.
あっさりめでいい
And
か
with
ら
at least a little decorum,
ど
alright?
の上がそなたに教えたわらわのやり方
When
は
Renault told you about how I did it, that was a bad
模範
example.
にしてはなら
You
ぬ。
mustn't use that as a
よ
model?
く心に刻んで
Engrave
お
that
け。
into your heart?
はーい、先代様。
Alright.
良い返事だ。どの上煉獄の七姉妹よ。
The seven
いでよ
states of purgatory arise. Arise!
はい、お嬢さん、炉の上、ここ。
傲慢のルシファ
Why
ー
is she here? You suck!
これまではだな。そのわらわもいろいろ派手にや
Then
ってき
things
た
a
わ
little
けだ。
flashy, but what?
まあ黄金の魔女としての威厳も大事
Where
だ。
was this? Last episode, or like episode 1? You're a lying sack of shit. As Renault chuckled as Beato uncharacteristically flustered speech. You summed it up for
か
her.
しこまりました。以後は黄金の魔女の名にふさわしい
In
気
a
品に気を
graceful
つけるよう
manner
にい
suitable
たし
for
ま
the
す。
name of the Golden
煉
Witch.
獄の七姉妹もこれまでのような悪ふざけは
Yo, what if... Hold on. Who here wants to be graceful? What if this Beato is Natsuhi? Because the only person in this family that wants to be graceful is Natsuhi. Very well could be. This witch came from Natsuhi, maybe. I don't know.
以後は最短の手順で任務を遂行する
Shall
よ
we
う
expose to perform our task in the quickest possible manner? What about Goda? Goda's fucking
と
useless,
い
man.
うこ
Fuck
と
that
で
guy.
よろしいですか
What up, boys? What up? Would that be acceptable, milady?
つまりはそういうことだ
I'm to get out of the kitchen? Yeah. Because I'm not Goda, that's why.
みんな肝に銘じよ
Everyone take it to
良
heart?
いな
はい、かしこまりました。
わらわが言いたいのは以上
All I
だ
wish to say.
もう引き上げてよ
You
いぞ
may leave
か
now.
しこまりましたそれでは失礼いたします
失礼いたします。
Yeah, thank goodness.
まわらわが言いたいのはそ
Well,
れだ
now what?
それでは引き続きしっかり
Take care as you continue, alright?
黄金の魔女らしく貫禄を持ってその
Decorum.
自重気味にな頑張るが
Sure.
よいぞ
You should do your
そな
best.
たを見守ってよ
I'll be watching over you. Acting unsure until the very end, Beato communicated only that to her. Became a group of gold butterflies' inventions of thin air. Is Beato one of those Pinterest aesthetic LARPers? I wouldn't say LARPers right now. I don't know, she's definitely being performative though for like Battler's sake. I wouldn't say Pinterest though, not yet at least. Unless she like changes out her like whole outfit maybe, but I don't know. It may be funny to say that she disappeared in a hurry because she was having trouble maintaining the conversation. After that, all that remained was Mara's outstretched body pounded by the rain, and Rose's body propped up by the fence and gazing up at the sky. And the figure of the witch
自重しろ
shows some decorum, you say. Her expression looked just a little bored. There was a popping sound? That was probably her clicking her tongue.
つまんないやつ
Oh no. She's gonna say fuck no. Leaving that sentence behind, she too vanished into thin air. W chapter? Dude, that was a horrible chapter, man. That was just fucking pure pain and torture, man. That was horrible. Entertaining though, but horrible. She's finally calmed down. So she probably has these panic attacks whenever Witch Ava comes out. Why are you hating? I'm not hating. He or she wiped his own forehead. See, I told you! This motherfucker always be sweating, bro. See? I told y'all. For a time, Ava had seemed to be having a very painful nightmare, and it appeared that she had finally fallen asleep. As promised, he still gripped Ava's hand. He thought it would probably be alright to let go about now, but he faithfully continued to hold her hand. Every once in a while, his hand would get tired and he would switch between his right and his left. But even so, as promised, he never let go of her hand. At that time, there was a heavy knock. Ava had finally managed to fall asleep, so Hideyoshi grimaced for just an instant.
兄貴、秀吉さん、ローザはそこにいるか?
No, Rosa's not there. It was Rudolph's voice. What could it be? Hideyoshi headed for the door, hiding his footsteps so that he wouldn't wake Ava. It was definitely Rudolph's voice, but just in case, he opened the door without removing the chain. Hideyoshi's showing these men how a real lover does it? Yeah, exactly. I was saying that Hideyoshi is a W husband, man. Unlike Kraus bitch ass. Fuck that guy. Something happened to Rosa?
ローザとマリアちゃんの姿が見えない
You
んだ。
can't find Rosa or
一緒にいるか
Maria-chan.
と思って。
どうかで鹿取ったの聞こえたで。その
Ah.
後静かになったから ロビーに戻ったと
They
思っ
got
とった
quiet,
ん
so I
だ
thought they
が
went back to the lobby, didn't they?
バカ
Rudolph clicked his tongue. They all like clicking their tongues here. Older people could be seen in the corridor. It had been some time since Rosa went out into the corridor, and she had still not returned, so they had begun to worry. Near the front door, Natsui pointed at the removed chain.
チェーンは開いてますし、
Oh fuck.
やっぱりバラを見に表へ行ったのでしょう。
Ah fuck.
鍵を開けっぱなしで出ていくなど不用心な
Simply
すぎ
too
る
careless? That's what I'm
困った
saying.
やつだ
それより今は
Good
ロー
night,
ザさん
Swepa. I
とマリア
appreciate
ちゃ
you,
んの
bro.
身
Good
が
night,
心
man.
配よ。
I know it's like 4 a.m. over there, but good night, man. Enjoy yourself. More importantly for now, I'm worried about Rosa's son and Marchan themselves.
だな
Right,
おい
right.
ガキども
Hey,
マリア
brats.
ちゃんのバラってのはど
Where's
こ
this
にあったんだ
Rose? In the Rose Garden.
確かあれはバラ庭園の真ん中の花壇だったと思います。
あの二人がそこにいるなら行けばすぐにわかるはずです。
Go ahead.
親父すぐに連れ戻した方がいいだろうぜ
Why can't you just save them, Battler, yourself?
前だ二人とも連れ戻してお尻ペンペンしてやるぜ
Nah, they're dead.
俺がひとっ走り行ってくる
How do I tell you? I'll dash out there and come back.
俺が出たらすぐに鍵をしろよ
Lock the door as soon as I go out.
親父俺も付き合うぜ
Oh, now you want to do something, Battler.
バカ抜かせガキはママとお留守番って
And what
相場
brats
が
do is
決
they
まっ
watch
て
the
な
house with mommy. Yo, they're gonna die!
どうしたの？何かあったの？
すまんな起こしてしまったか
Oh god.
ローザさんがマリアちゃんを連れて表
She's
に
gonna
出
freak
たら
out
しい
now. She's gonna freak out.
なんとも不用心なこっちゃ
ローザとマリアちゃんが表へバラ庭園へ
Yeah?
そうやああ聞こえとったかマリアちゃんはバラが見たいと騒いどったからな
Damn fucking Mario, man!
ダメよ
They
バ
mustn't?
ラ庭園に行っちゃダメ
They mustn't go to the Rose
ローザ
Garden.
を呼び止めて
Tell Rosa to stop?
呼び止めるもなもうずいぶん前に出て行っとる
They
よ
left a while ago, it's over.
まったく不用心な話やで
違うの
That's not it.
バラ庭園はダメ
Not the
あ
Rose
そこには
Garden.
魔女がいる
There's a
そ
witch
して
there?
生贄を待ってる
And she's waiting for a
ロ
sacrifice.
ーザ行っちゃダメ
Wait! How does she know this? How does Ava know this? Like, I get that Ava Beatrice. No, I don't get it actually. They're the same person, right? But if she's been in the bed and Hideyoshi has been holding her hand, how the fuck is there another Ava outside? But then how would this Ava know about... What? Ava curled herself up again, holding her head. Her complexion looked very bad.
どうしたんや熱にうなされて何か
Her
悪い夢で
dream?
も
夢
It was a dream, yes.
バラ庭園で魔女が
In the
ローザ
Rose
たちを
Garden. She dreamed it? She dreamt it, I mean.
そうよね夢よね
落ち着くんや
Okay, what if in Ava's dream, she was dreaming that Rosa and Maria died from drowning in the jelly, dying from the cake, dying as butterflies and whatnot, and then the actual death that we see where Rosa is in the gate and Maria's peaceful death, that was what really happened outside. But then how would Ava have that knowledge or like knowing or that some sort of intuition to know that something bad might happen? I don't know.
この部屋にはわしチェーンもかかっと
Or
る
maybe it's like the same thing where like how like some family members, they'll have a dream of their family members being pregnant and then like 5 days later it turns out that family member is pregnant. Maybe it's like that,
窓
perhaps.
かて鎧戸
I
が
don't
下ろして
know.
あるし
The
銃ま
shutters
であるん
closed
や
on the window and there's even a
この
gun.
部屋はさながら要塞やで
Oh, she imagined this type of torture? Did she hate them that much? Maybe it's like a nightmare though. Maybe it's like some sort of like nightmare or like intrusive thoughts that she's been like hiding away. Maybe. Okay, so I'm in this room, the chain is set, the shutters closed on the window, and there's even a gun. This room is just like a fort. But then how was there two Avas though? That's what I'm
何
asking.
も恐れることなんかあらへん
It's not a thing to be afraid of. No, I'm afraid. Hideyoshi beat his chest trying to calm her, but Ava's insecure expression didn't change. Under the covers, Ava kept praying that the grotesque nightmare she had just had was only a dream. Well, now what? Jesus fuck. In the center of the Rose Garden, Rudolph confirmed the bodies of Rosa and Maria. Holy fuck! He carried them both into the guest house? Hold on. What? Okay, hold on. Died in the Rose Garden with her medulla oblongata having been pierced by the spear-shaped parts of the fence. If Maria's death had been murder, it might have been possible to suspect an accident. This was the very woman who became the sacrifice for the birth of a new witch. Is that why? Beatrice said that she needed 5 more sacrifices? Ava? Corpse discovered in the Rose Garden. The cause of death is strangulation. Probably barehanded. Thinking about the situation, it seems reasonable to think that she was killed after Rosa. And then her blood became the red ink for the witch's oath. Wait! But in the cutscene, we saw Maria die first and then Rosa died afterwards. But in this autopsy, we're seeing that she died after Rosa? What? Hold on. I'm noticing that her whole entire face is blurred out. And half her face is also blurred out. And there's a spear-shaped cut right here. Oy, oy, oy. If Maria's death hadn't been murder, it might have been possible to suspect an accident. Became the sacrifice for the birth. What if... Okay, so if Ava and Beato aren't real, what if what if Rosa was strangled? Because Rosa has a history of beating Maria, would it be crazy to say that what if Rosa was strangling Maria, and then Rosa accidentally killed Maria? What if Rosa accidentally killed Maria, and then because of that happened, she went ahead and she dropped herself off and killed herself with the fucking spear? But then how did she have the time to do all that though? And like, how did nobody notice? I mean, to be fair, everyone's dead and that they were all in the guest house, so she could have prepped it. But then how'd she climb? How would she get the height in order to jump off into the fucking fence though? Yeah, they did die. She died of blood loss compared to Rose getting her brains pierced. Blood loss. Yeah, maybe? Cause cause of death is strangulation because you don't die instantly, right? It's like a slow death, right? But then, thanks for the 75 watch streak, bro. I appreciate that. But then her blood became the red ink for the witch's oath. I don't know here. I don't know here.
南條の検証を信頼できるならば、ローザの死因は円髄部への柵の先端部分によるマリアについては素手による考察と考えられます。ただし、悪魔の証明により誤診率は否定できません。わらわが赤にて語る。
I was saying in red? Rosa and Maria died. Wait, why is Beatrice helping us out now? Wait, what? Wait, she's helping us out now. Huh? I'm kind of confused here. In the Rose Garden. I don't know. Kind of suspicious here. Rosa and Maria are dead. Causes of death. Whereas Nanjo diagnosed. She wasn't eaten by a spider, nor was she crushed by a mound of cake. Wait, why is she helping us now? So you argue that even though you tooled with her death so much, it's all okay because the corpse is clean? Piece of shit. But she didn't do it though.
ローザおばさんに対する無残な仕打ちの数々、絶対に忘れねえし許さねえからな。
Like I
だか
said,
ら
I
あれは
wasn't
わ
me.
らわではないというに、やつの仕打ちに比べたらはるかに安らか
Much
な
more
死を
peaceful
与えたは
death.
ず。
I mean, even still, bro, spear-shaped fence going down her throat and mouth is
うるさい
crazy.
黙れ。
Damn,
お前とは
Balor.
口を聞かない。
Damn.
18人しか島にいないと言い切られ、すでに8人が死んでいる以上。
But now she needs 5 more people to kill now, though. What? Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means another 5 is left. Which should be enough for the ritual, right?
容疑者は10人に絞られる。
Suspects are narrowed down to 10.
その中の誰か
One of
が
them
殺したっ
probably
て
killed
の。
those two.
あるいは事故死かもな。
Could have been an accidental death.
マリアが発作的に
Like Mara
泣
was
きわ
having
め
a
き、
tantrum.
それを泣き止まそうとしたローザお
And
ばさん
Auntie
は
Rose that tried to
力の
stop
加減を誤っ
time.
て
She misjudged how much
つ
power
い
she was
殺
using
してし
and
まったの
killed
か。
her. That's what I was thinking too,
そ
Balor.
れで動転して滑って転んで柵に倒れて運悪く死んでしまった。
But how did she slip and fell and landed on the fence though? Like you need some sort of like height though.
どうだよ、これで魔女も魔法も出番なしだ。
ああ、そういうわけでは
That's
ないぞ
not。true.
実はだな、ローザとマリアは
Actually, Rose and
う
Maria.
るさい。
Let her talk,
お前とは
bro.
口を聞かないと言っている。
No! Let her talk!
目障りだから消えろ。
You're an eyesore, so get lost.
化け物。
Holy fuck. Battler said that without rage, but with a horribly cold voice. Beatrice had also felt something out of place since the beginning. In a fight, both of them could go at each other without restraint. However, he wouldn't even step into the ring. She could feel that coldness. Beatrice wasn't pleased about that. She thought about flaring up, but she held back. Maybe even though she was innocent and childish, she had enough sense to realize that she shouldn't fight. Aww. Aw, poor thing. Aw, yeah, you fucking murderous fiend. Getting your feelings hurt.
なら
Fuck you.
姿を消すと。
Yeah, go ahead, hide.
どのよ続きを引き継ぎ。
Continue for me?
か
Okay.
しこまりました。よろしいですか、バトラ様。
問題のない申し出です、バトラ君がベアとの顔を見たくないというなら
Damn, just like that.
好きにしろよ。その化け物の顔を見なくて済むならなんだって構わないぞ。
Jeez.
なあ、ちょっと待てよ。さっきから化け物化け物。
Kept saying monster much like
わら
that
わ
and
は
me when
ひ
they
どい
speak
言われ
to...
ようではない
Nah, it's justifiable.
か。なぜにわらわはそこまでバトラに毛嫌いされねばならぬというのか。あれらはすべて
None of
わ
that
ら
was
わ
me,
で
it
は
was
な
to
く
work on my disciple.
わらわの弟子の仕業であろうが。
But you set the tone though, you set the bar though.
別に俺はさっきのことだけで
I'm
腹を
only
立て
mad
てる
about
わ
what
けじゃ
happened
ね
just
え
now,
ぞ。
exactly.
一番最初からだ。
From the very
じ
beginning.
ゃあバトラ
Come on,
誤
Battler.
解するなよ。
Don't
わら
misunderstand.
わとそなたはゲームを通して対峙し合
The
うプ
pair of
レイヤー
players
同士なだ
confronting
け
each
ではない
other
か。
through a game? Nah, bro.
互いに相手を苦しめるために指し手を探るが。
But you've crossed that
勘違
line
いする
though.
な。俺はお前が魔女を認める認め
I
ない
don't
の
hate you because you're
おか
my
しなゲー
rival
ム
in
の
this
ライバル
strange
だから
game about
嫌ってる
whether
ん
I
じゃ
accept
ない
you as a witch or
お
not.
前の無意味に残酷なところが
I just cannot in any way forgive how senselessly cruel you were. Alright, alright, makes sense.
いや連続殺人を通してのゲームだからな。多少は
Alright.
残酷になるのはやむを得ない。
What if this whole game is just a massive D&D game that's happening in the tea party room? Imagine? It's because a serial murder is part of the game. It's probably impossible to avoid a little cruelty.
さっきのことだけじゃない。
I'm not just not talking about what just
前
happened.
回だって
Last time and the time before that too.
みんなの腹を裂いてお菓子を詰め込んだり画
Yeah,
面を
that
耕
was
したり
fucked up. That was cruel.
それに何の意味があったってんだ。
それは
密室殺人だのトリックだのアリバイだの
Yeah,
そこまでは100歩譲ってやる。
that's fine.
お前は魔法殺人だと主張したいんだからそういう手の込んだ事件を起こさざるを得ないことを100歩譲って理解してやってもいい。しかしあれらのグロテスクな殺人に 一体どれほどの意味があるというのか。
Because I thought the whole point of these grotesque murders was to essentially provoke Battler into trying to believing into witches, but I
それ
mean,
はその別に
I guess not.
そうさ、何の意味も
I
な
don't mean
い。
anything.
お前はただ悪ふざけで
Just fooling around by
死者を
making the
面
corpses
白が
for
っているだ
fun.
け。それは魔女だからとか魔法じゃなきゃできないからとか、そういうのじゃない。
True.
ただお前が面白半分
Just exploring the depths
残
of
酷の限
cruelty
りを
for
尽くしている
fun.
だけなんだ。それはお前が魔女だからと
I
か
don't think it's
そういう
because
こ
you're
とじゃ
witch or
ない。
anything like
た
that.
だただ人として許
Just
せ
some
ないも
things
の
I
があ
cannot
るから
forgive
だ。
as a human. So can we say the same thing about the creator of Euphoria?
なんだよその
What
人
do you
と
mean
して
as
っ
a
て
human?
やつは。
例えば今回のゲームの第1の番の
6
6
people
人。
at the first Twilight for this game.
まあじい様の黒焦げはともかく
Burned.
他の5人の死体は不要に死者を恥ずかしめない
Okay, they were killed in a normal way. Yeah, makes sense.
凶器が槍だか銃だかははっきり
I
し
think
ないが
whether the weapon was a spear or a gun.
とにかく殺しの中じゃまだ許容でき
You
るマ
read
シなものだ
Euphoria? No, I've never read it, but someone tried recommending me it to read for like TikTok, and then I searched up the synopsis and never, I will never ever touch that shit.
前
Never.
回前
It
々回の
looked
第1の番
disgusting.
での非常識さ残酷さに比べれ
It
ば
was much better than the
はるかに
insanity
マ
and
シだった
cruelty of the first Twilight than last time or the time before that.
そして今回の
And
つの密
this
室を
time
つなげ
there
た
were 6 locked
連
rooms
鎖
tied
密
together to
室
make a locked room chain.
まあまあ面白かったぜ。
That was sort of interesting.
あれをお前とやりとりしてるときは
We're going back and forth with each other on
今
that
だから
some
白状するが
I thought it was just a little fun.
少しだけ
Yeah, there's
楽
just
しい
some topics and like some taboo stuff that I will never ever get into. It's just too much. It's weird. It's
自分の
gross.
存在を認めさせようと必死になるお
We're
前
frantic
と
to make me accept your existence.
それを否
I
定
was
しよう
frantic
と
trying to
必死にな
deny
る
it.
俺。
Damn, bro. He's fucking spitting here, man. Actually. So is Beatrice gonna have a change of heart and will she help us now in trying to figure out who this real murderer is then? Is that what's gonna happen now?
どっちも必死で全力だ。おかしな話だが。俺はお前との
We
間に
felt
ささ
a
やかな
faint
スポーツマンシ
sense
ッ
of
プさえ感じたもの
partnership
さ。
between the two of us. Joker persona.
俺とお前は相入れない存在だが、
We exist in
全
conflict,
く理解できない
but I
存在でも
frankly
ないか
thought
も
that
し
we
れない
not
と。
be completely unable to
わずかに
understand each
思え
other's
た。
existence.
だが、
They were
そ
so
の気持ち
close
はついさ
They
っ
were
き
so
みじんも
close
残らずに吹き飛ん
to
だ。
seeing each other.
だからそなたは誤解してお
That's what
る。
you're misunderstanding.
あれはわらわではなく
That wasn't me.
違う。
That's not
俺
it.
はそういう話をしてるんじゃない。
Go ahead.
お前はローザおばさんがひどい殺し方を何度も
And
何度
you
も繰
didn't
り返さ
step
れるのを
in.
見て面白い見せ物だと嘲笑った。それを見て
When I saw that, I was deeply disappointed because Battler, he was throwing up crying, but Beatrice, she thought it was just some. Okay,
お
okay,
前
okay.
が
Makes
今
sense,
回
makes sense, makes sense,
少
makes
しは
sense.
マシな殺し方を選んだのは何かのちょっとした気
And I
まぐれ
realized
な
that
ん
your
であっ
decision to
て
kill them in a slightly better way this time had been nothing more than a little
本
whim.
来の残酷な
And
勝負
nothing
に
had changed in your true
は
character.
何
I
の変わ
was
りもないん
deeply
だと分かっ
disappointed.
て
Damn, he's not mad. He's disappointed in you. Brutal.
それどころ
Brutal.
かお前は残酷な死
You're
を
even
純粋
generally
に
enjoying
楽し
your
んで
brutal
さえいる
death.
俺に意地悪をするためだ
You
けに
weren't
残
just
酷を
acting
尽く
as
してるん
close
じ
as
ゃ
you
ない
could to bully
お
me.
前は本当に純粋に
You truly enjoy
残酷を
cruelty.
楽しんでいる楽しめる性分なんだ
Character lets you enjoy it.
お前はローザおばさんが何度もむごたらしく殺されているのを
Holy fuck,
俺に
exposed.
楽しいだろうと言った嫌味で言ったんじゃない心底から楽しくて
Mm-hmm.
それを俺にも共感してほしくて
Or
楽
just
しい
share
だろ
that
うと
feeling
言っ
with me
たん
and
だ
said it's in this fun.
その瞬間俺は失望しお前が魔女だとかそうでないとかそういう俺はお前のその残酷さが許せない
Damn. That's a deep
そ
cut.
して理解でき
That's
な
a
い
deep cut.
許すこともできないだが魔女を認めるか否定
Still,
する
I'll
かと
continue
いう
this
ゲー
game
ム
of
は
whether or
続
not
け
to
る
accept or deny witches.
自ら
But
折れ
I
た
will
敗北を
forgive
認め
you.
たりはしないさ
I won't step down and accept my own defeat.
だがそのゲームにお前の無意味な残酷さは何の必要もない
Damn.
だから俺は お前を対戦相手として認めないことにする。
I've said that I won't accept you as my
ロノウェ
opponent.
の方が100倍増した。
Damn! You'd rather play against Renov than her. That's gotta
お
hurt.
前のような残酷趣味はない。
He doesn't have the same cruel hobby you
あっ
do.
たとしても、俺の前でそれをひけらかす悪
Even
趣
if
味
he
はない。
does, he doesn't have the awful taste to show it off in front of me.
そうさ。お前は悪趣
Awful
味だ。
taste, no social awareness,
残酷で心がなく。
cruel,
だ
heartless.
から理解す
You
るこ
can't
とができない。
understand.
相手として不快だ。だから俺はお前の顔を二度と見
Damn,
た
they're
くな
dead
い。
ass breaking up here, bro, in this tea party. After Bella had finished his rant, Beata was shocked and silenced for a long time. Maybe she couldn't understand what she was being told, or maybe this was a sign that she was doing all she could in an effort to understand. Aww. For a while, she kept switching between angry expressions, frustrated expressions, and bold expressions, as though she didn't even know herself what attitude she should take. At the end, she made her face into a candid expression, as though she had come to her senses, and she shrugged her shoulders as though she was tired. Now what?
なら好きにすればよい。
Aww. Oh, I kind of feel bad now.
わらわは以後、ロノウェを
Now
倒
I'll
してゲー
continue
ムを
this game
続
through
けることに
Renov.
する。
Damn, bro.
わらわが姿を見せないのであ
You have
れ
no
ば、
complaints as long as I don't show
文句
myself,
ないであ
right?
ろう。
Damn.
とりあえずはな。
For the time being, which means that she will come back eventually, right?
だが、お前の重ねてきた残酷な行為の数々を、
But how
俺は絶
would
対に許さ
Beatrice be able to atone for her act of cruelty here? What could she do to make Battler forgive her? I don't even know.
だから絶対にお前を認めない。
Only way is if she like helps him out into solving the fucking actual murder, but then like that would mean that she loses the game that they're having. Right?
そのためにも、お前に売られた
For that
喧嘩
reason,
を
so I
俺か
went
ら
back
降り
down
な
from
い。
this fight you've picked.
そして絶対に負
Definitely
けな
won't
い。
kill Ava, Beatrice, kill
それ
her.
だけだ。
That's all there is to it. But where did Beatrice learn this act of cruelty? Because Virgie doesn't have this cruelty. So where did she get this cruelty from? Because I feel like cruelty and stuff, it's like a learned thing.
これ以上言い訳を重ねても彼の心
No
象
matter
は
how
変
many
わ
more
りませ
excuses you
ん。
give, his impression of you will not waver.
後で話があります。
I feel like no one is really born cruel. Like, you would have to be taught how to be cruel and like why it's fun and stuff. So who would have taught her that? Kinzo? But Kinzo hadn't killed anyone though. Alright. Maybe he's fucking sick in the head. I don't know, but... Who else was in contact with Beatrice? Rosa? Maybe...
それまで下がっていなさい。
Until then, stay back. But then she's been here for like 1,000 years though, so I don't... I have no idea.
わかった。それでは呼ばれるまで。
I'll hide myself until I'm
姿を
called.
消して。
Brutal. Brutal. Looking lonely, Beata turned her back to them and hid herself. Valor watched, a slightly displeased expression on his face. He thought his argument had been valid, but for some reason his mood didn't clear up.
あいつはバカだろ。
She's an idiot.
そうですね。
Okay.
バカで。
An
素直
idiot
で
and
す。
honest.
あのバカは、ローザおばさんが残酷に殺されるところを俺と見て、満面の笑みで振り返
Turned
りやが
around
っ
with
た。
a huge smile on her face.
あの残酷ショーを
She really
本
believed
気で
that she
俺
could
と
laugh with
笑
me
い合える
at
と
that
信じ
cruel
てやがったん
show.
だ。俺とその感情を共有できると
She really believed that I could sympathize
本
with
気で
that
信じてやがっ
emotion.
た。あの無邪気な笑顔を見て、俺は最
Yeah,
低
the
な気持
innocent
ちにな
smile
った
just
ぜ。
feel horrible.
むしろこれまでのように、意地悪な面で言われた方がずっとマシだった。畜生。
お嬢様は友達というものを持った
See?
試しのない
Okay.
方です
She's never had the experience of having a friend.
それどころか
In addition, she's probably never heard something spoken to her that strongly. See, she has no social awareness, doesn't understand social cues, can't read the room, almost like a childlike state.
私もマダムも
Both Madam and I are her attendants. No matter what we say, it will not reach her ears. For Milady, this is also. I don't remember becoming her friend. Damn! That's brutal.
一つだけあなたに感謝を。
For speaking up against
あの
her.
子のゲームを降りないでくれて。
Okay.
ありがとう。
She spoke words of gratitude, but for some reason, Butler made a displeased face. Then, as though finding revulsion in his own bad mood, he chuckled. And I even got witches and demons thinking me? Let's resume the game. Of course, I don't intend to go easy on you. She kills people, but she had no friends, Battler. Dude. That's such a Ted Bundy-like excuse. Unlike Milady, I do not get agitated. I've already made my move. Suppose that Auntie Rose is the culprit and died in an accident, I can deny the witch. Culprit to kill Mario by accident? But then how did Rosa die by falling into the spears though? I feel like that has to have been on purpose. I don't want to suspect Auntie Rose, but for now I'll deliberately assume that it was her just to beat the hell out of Beatrice. I will deny it with red. Alright, Rose's and Mario's deaths were homicides. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Rosa could have killed Mario on purpose then. Maybe. I'm gonna say Rosa. Whoops. And Maria's deaths were homicides. Alright. I'm just not getting fired up. Where's his theme music at? That's why. He needs it. Now what? Since Rosenmar had been killed, it had become clear that the murderer was still hiding somewhere. He's trying to add even more murders to this chain. As he shed tears, Rudolph scolded Rosa's body over and over for being reckless. But Rosa would never respond to that again. Damn. They decided to place the two bodies in one of the guest rooms and to seal until the police arrived. The second murder, no, the murder of the second Twilight, had delivered a heavy blow to everyone. Because it had blown away the optimism that some of them had held. The thought that actually a crime did occur, and it was all a game or a farce by Kinzo and the servants. Trying to distract themselves from the sadness of losing the people they loved. George and Jesse had spent the whole time since morning talking about every possibility. And then they had distracted their hearts by supposing that these murders might actually have been all an act, and that Shannon and Kanan were only pretending to be dead. When the murders occurred again, it destroyed that thought, and they were once again confronted with the fact that their loved ones had most definitely been killed. The tears that they thought had died began to drip down once more, and Bella couldn't think of anything to say to them. I don't know who would kill them though. Did we confirm that everyone here died? All 6 of these people died? Is that like confirmed? Out of all these people, who would be able to kill Maria and Rosa? Well, the way that Maria died, it was very similar to how Genji killed Kanan and Shannon in the study room. So if there was any 2 people, it would have been Genji and I think Kinzo. I just feel like Kinzo is not dead. I don't know. Because everyone of the family, they're all here, right? All the cousins, they were all here, right? They made certain that the shutters on all the windows were down and locked, and they checked that no one suspicious was hiding anywhere. On top of that, they checked their weapons once again. Whoops. And made sure that each other's hearts were prepared so that they wouldn't hesitate to fire off a preemptive shot if they saw the shadow of a mysterious person. So they're saying Genji curved death Well, no, instead he used his own hands maybe. But then I'm still so confused about how how Rosa died though. Cause she must have fell from a high place into the fucking spears. So where could she have climbed? Unless she was trying to climb up on the actual mansion itself and then someone pushed her off. Or maybe like she was climbing up on the Rose Gardens storehouse maybe? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. Furthermore, the gun Rose had been holding had been left near the place she had been found. Yikes. Someone had gone out of their way to leave it there, so everyone suspected that it was some kind of trap. But when Hideyoshi made ingenious use of a fire iron to fire off a test shot, it discharged without a problem. Damn! 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 When all 5 shots had been loaded, discharged without any problems as a result. It was reloaded with bullets and handed over to the only adult male who wasn't armed, Hideyoshi. You're giving Hideyoshi a gun? However, the fact that I had been able to fire off 5 shots gave rise to a certain paranoia. This short-barreled rifle can only load a maximum of 5 shots. Yep, 4 plus 1. So that means Rosa didn't even use it once. Yep. And yet, the 2 had probably been killed by someone with their bare hands. This meant there was a possibility that the crime had been committed by someone whose face they knew. The first murder occurred. Here we go, Kirie cooking now. It would have been so easy, right? It would have been really easy. I think. Yep.
だって彼らの密室状況は彼らの自作自演を想定しない限り生み出せないのだもん。
僕たちもそれいえ今もそうであってほしいと信じてます。
申し訳ないがそれはありません。
I don't know, Nanjo. I don't know. I'm quite old. That's not an excuse. That is not an excuse, buddy. There may be a chance that I made a misdiagnosis. I would never mistake whether they were alive or not. They couldn't know about it. But Beatrice had already proclaimed the deaths of the 6. No, this time the deaths of all victims so far in red. That faint dream that it was all a farce and that victims were actually alive was sadly impossible. In that case, it was more natural to think that someone was hiding on this island who knows the mansion inside out. But what's the definition of being dead though? As in like dead or like playing dead? Carrying out a crime they've been planning out for ages. In other words, from the time that the typhoon came to this island and sealed it off from the outside world, there were more than 18 people on this island. But what if also, like, there's a chance that one of those people, if at one point they were dead, but then they came back to life. When you were killed, you died type of death. No, that's not what I mean. And of course, they had no way of knowing this either. But we know that there were no more than 18 people on this island, though. That claim of Rudolph's had also been denied in red. There were no more than 18 humans on this island. But again, does furniture count in this, though? Like their heart stopped and they were classed as dead, but then they came back to life? Yeah, kinda. But then even if they came back to life, though, what would you do then? And like, who would come back to life though? I feel like Kinzo's faking his death somehow. I feel like somehow the fucking 6th toenail is just too convenient. And the fact that his body is burned up is just suspicious. So I'm thinking that Kinzo could be alive here. But then I feel like he has to have some sort of accomplice. I don't know who though. Maybe Genji?
つまり隠れ潜んでいる何者かは
Is it possible that the person who's hiding is someone who was originally supposed to be on the island right now?
にもかかわらず
Yeah,
ロ
there's
ーザさ
someone
ん
whose
が
face
油断
was
す
known
る
by
ような
Rosa's son and with
顔見知りの人物である
whom
可能性よ。それは例えばこの2日間のシフトに当たっていない使用人などです。
それを言われると弱いな。我々は勤務を終えた彼らが離島するのを切符切りのように確認しているわけではない。
Lennon and Manon, maybe?
数日前のシフトの使用人が離島したふりをして島内に留まっていたかも
Wait,
しれない。
what if it's Lennon and Manon?
否定するのは難しい。
That would be hard to deny.
ローザさんもアホちゃうと思うで。
Rosa's son isn't stupid if you
い
ask
るはずの
me.
ない使用人がひょっこり姿を現したら
I'd normally set
普通
alarm
は警
bells
戒バリバ
ringing
リや。
and Banana Man.
顔見知りの犯行と決めつけるのもどうかと思う
I
わ。
have a problem with assuming that this was a crime by an
暗が
acquaintance.
りから突然ローザが襲われて銃を奪われそうになった。
They were about to steal her
そしたら
gun?
ローザが転んで
Rosa
柵
fell
に
her head
頭を
against
打
the...
ち動かなくなった。
But her whole body was laying down if she hit her head against the fence and got stabbed. Oh, maybe gravity was like able to like push her down though, eventually. Yeah, maybe. But how tall is this fence though? How tall is Rosa?
ゲストハウスが近かったので銃声を嫌い素手でマリアちゃんを殺したとか。
But didn't Ava dream this? Why won't she bring up this dream here though?
そういう
I was sure, is this fence? Dude, exactly. That's what I just said, bro. I don't know. It makes no sense to me.
そうだとしても現場にわざわざ
Will they intentionally leave Rosa's gun at the scene of the crime?
何を武装しているか知らねえがこちらの銃は不安要素の
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about your little ass rifle.
その一丁をなびけるチャンスだ
Wasn't that a perfect chance for them to thin out of our supply?
わざわざ現場に残したんだ
Well, from the envelopes, okay, sacrifice up next. There's gonna be an envelope or the Discord envelope. So maybe they want to leave the gun so that way they all point guns at each other, right? That's what I'm thinking so far. In episode 1 and episode 2, there's always the Discord fucking magic circle in the envelope. So I'm assuming that that's gonna happen here. And now they're all gonna fight each other and they're all gonna point guns at each other. So I think that's the reason why they left that gun out.
私は初めその銃を罠だと
It's so small in Rudolph's hands. Pause, bro. Pause. At first, I thought that gun was a
チェス
trap.
盤思考だとそうなる。
That's what chessboard thinking says it would
わざわざ
be.
残した以上
But by
私
purposely
たちの
leaving
誰
it,
か
they
に
wanted
手
to
に
make
取
one
ら
of
せ
us
たい
touch it.
そして引き金を引かせたいに違いない。てっきり暴発して大怪我を負わせるような危険な仕掛けがされてるに違いないと思ってたわ。
Yeah,
でも現に大丈夫や
it is alright.
おそらく犯人も焦っとったんとちゃうか
How does the gun look in Hideyoshi's hands, huh? Small too?
今頃銃を奪うチャンスを逃したことを後悔しとるに
I
決ま
don't
っとる
think
で
so. They were probably in a hurry?
なんだか不愉快だな。
I don't like it
銃なん
either.
か怖くもないっていう魔女のメッセージみたいでムカつくぜ。
Yeah, but we know that Virgie got shot up from something like a gun, though.
しかしいずれにせよ恐ろしい相手ですね。
So I feel like maybe witches might be scared of guns, but in episode 1 though, Natsui tried shooting Beatrice, but then we found out it reflected off and she shot herself in the head?
ローザさんが銃を持っていることは傍目にも分かったはず。
I don't know.
にもかかわらず襲いかかると
Girthy,
は。
pause, bro. To think that they attacked her despite
銃を
that.
恐れないと
You
い
should
う
not
点も
neglect the fact that they are
私たちは
unafraid
軽
of
視する。
guns.
夏日の言う通りだこれまで以上に用心すべきだ
念のためなんだけどローザさんたちが外に出たと思われる頃みんなはどこにいたのかしら。
Okay, here we go.
私と
Alibis.
夏日そしてルドルフ
Natsui and I were here with Rudolph and Kirie-san. Yup.
私がアリバイを保証する
Now Hideyoshi and Ava, they were in the room.
わしとエヴァも一緒だったで。わしが保証するわ。
Yep.
俺とジョージの兄貴ジェシカ
Me,
も一緒だ
George,
ったぜ。
Anki, and Jessica worked together
ローザお
too.
ばさんに2階へ戻って
When
る
Auntie
こと
Rose
があ
yelled
る
at us to go back
過ご
upstairs.
すのといとこ部
We
屋
turned
に
right
引き
around
返
and
した
went back to the cousin's room with our tails between. Okay, so it's none of the cousins.
あの時マリアを生かせなければ。
それを言ってももうどうしようもないよ。
南條先生は
私は2階の部屋で
Dr. Nanjo, bro. Nah, Nanjo is suspicious, man. I've been saying it from the start. This guy is suspicious as fuck.
一人でおりましたので誰にも
I was by myself, so no one can verify my alibi. In all 3 episodes, his alibi is always sketchy. I don't fucking trust him. I feel like he would help out Kinzo and Genji with these murders, I feel like, right?
子供たちと一緒に2階へ戻ったのは
But I believe everyone saw me return upstairs with the children. But you could have jumped out the window, though! Or had a ladder propped up and climbed out the window.
これを言い出したらキリがないが窓から飛び降りてローザを襲って
See?
雨どいでもよじ登って
See?
また戻ってきて
Yup, exactly.
めっそうもないこの楼体に2階から飛び
How
降り
could
たり
I perform a feat like that jumping down from second story with his whole body or climbing for that matter? With the ladder,
やめましょう。互いを疑うのは。
suspecting each other?
それよりも互いを信頼し合って子供たちのためにもここの安全を死
I'm
守するこ
thinking
との方
Nanjo's
が先決
involved
です。
here.
夏日さんの言う通りだ今は内部を
Now
疑
let's
い
stop
合う
doubting
の
each
を
other.
そうね。犯人探しなんて私たちには無
Uh,
用か
useless
も
as
しれ
far
ない
as searching for the culprit is concerned.
ただ明日まで生き残り警察に通報してその指
They
示に
keep mentioning the fucking police, but they don't do shit.
犯人が誰かなんて
What they need to do is just stay in this goddamn room all together and don't fucking move, bro. They gotta stop splitting up, man.
どうしたんやエヴァ。まだ体調が悪いんとちゃうか。
Yeah, she solved the riddle.
母さんどうした
Just
の？
spit it out already,
大丈夫？
Ava. Just spit it out.
ごめんなさい。まだ熱が高いみたいなの。大丈夫だから放っておいて。
Unless she's guilty of murder. Unless. Because I feel like if Ava really killed Rosa, she would have a motive in killing Rosa because Rosa, she was going to snitch eventually. And so in order to prevent that from happening, she killed Rosa. That's her only sort of motive in the real world here. But then the timing doesn't really match up because he was with Ava upstairs. So then how would she have Rosa killed? I don't know. And then kill the child? But then if she solved the riddle and then she would gain the headship of the Shimiya family, and assuming that one of these servants was alive, she could have easily ordered a servant to kill the child, though. But, like, Hideyoshi's also her husband, so, like, would he snitch? I feel like he wouldn't snitch. I feel like he wouldn't. She had been able to act firm for a time due to the urgency of their situation, but it seemed that her body wasn't at all its best after all.
あの二人は私が殺した。これで黄金の
Not
こ
only
とを知
ones
って
she
いる
know
のは
about the gold are
他
us?
の兄弟たちにはかけら一つだって譲りはしないの。
See?
なんてことを。
What have you
あれ
done?
だけの莫大な黄金なのよ。
There's so much of that
ローザ
gold?
たちに分け前をあげたって全く問題はなかったでしょうに。
I don't understand this conflict here.
あるわよ。あれは後宮家の当主だけが引き継げる黄金なの。だからこそそれは全て丸ごと当主の栄誉そのものなの。それにわずかほどでも
But
傷
then
を
who
つける
is this in the real world, though?
この私、新しき黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェが絶対に許さないわ。
あなたは魔女の碑文通りに殺人を続けるつもりなの？
Yeah?
まさかあと5人も人殺しを続けるつもり。
Wait, why won't she say this out loud? Because people won't believe in her? People won't... Oh, wait a second. Even if she were to say this out loud, people wouldn't believe her. Maybe that was Beato's whole thing here. Maybe. Maybe. If I don't finish that annoying ritual, it seems that my powers as a witch won't become complete. Devil and angel on her shoulder type of convo? Yeah, pretty much, except we don't see no angel though. The power of the witch is really awesome. Make our fantasies become reality. Power to make dreams more than just dreams. I've run out of this power? No, stop being a witch. Ava Beato's saying she's only at 1% of her power? Yeah, but then how would you revoke her a witch card? Does her witch card eventually expire? No, because she's the endless witch. So no, it doesn't expire. Decisions. If I can complete the ritual, make my power whole, I'm sure I'll be able to teach you that feeling too. No, I don't know! Stop acting like an idiot. Haven't you played witch enough? Alright, what if Ava had a secret fucking child? What if Ava had an affair on Hideyoshi and she was cracking on another 6'4" Chad? Nah, dude, that makes no fucking sense, dude. That makes no fucking sense. Never been promised a position of success to the head. Probably needs a tightrope walk just a bit, but at that point, that's just a dream that would definitely come true. I wanted to become a witch? She doesn't know anything about that dream? Because I kept holding on to that dream, I've lived at this age forever? Wait, how old is she now? You threw that dream away by becoming an adult? You thought no matter how long you waited, the rabbit holding a clock wouldn't— Wait, hold on! The rabbit holding a clock? Humpty Dumpty! And of course you want to be invited to the land of cards. You gave up like that, and so you became an adult. So is this Ava like a suppressed Ava then? That she was trying to run away from? That's it, because I was holding on to that dream. I've always lived at this age forever. You threw that dream away by becoming an adult. She lost her whimsy? Kinda. Ava referenced the Discord server? Wait, where? Oh, the fucking Humpty Dumpty? Yeah. That's why you don't want to become a witch or anything like that anymore. Wait, so growing up, she believed in witches? Just like Maria? Unless Ava is older Maria, and we're in some sort of like time paradox. I don't know. Probably not. You have forgotten that it was a dream of your true self? Forgotten my hands on two dreams. The gold and the position of head. That's more than enough. So please, your dream has nothing to do with me? Wait, but why did he— Hold on. Why did she give up this dream of becoming a witch, though? And why did she want to become a witch in the first place? Magic's too faint. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, I accept you as a real witch. Okay, that's another person now. Alright, check. Because she needs people to accept her for the ritual, right? Will she stop now? Probably not. Never appear again?
たは後ろ宮エヴァ。
I am Ava
私
Beatrice.
は黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。
Okay.
だからあんたの胸の中に帰る義理は
Well,
ない
now
の。
what?
さながらあなたという殻を脱皮して蝶になったような気分か
Was
しら。
broken out of her cocoon? How's that possible, though? How is the childlike version of Ava able to manifest into a physical being? It's gotta be fake.
私の魔力が未熟な分をあなた
Planning
の
experience
正
with
義で
magic
補
powers
って
making
る
you
の。
support it with your vitality?
私が儀式を終えて完全な
But
魔
some
女になる
ritual
まで
become full witch,
あ
you
な
might
た
have
に
to
負
bear
担
the
をかけ
burden?
るかもね。
Fuck.
それくらいは2つの夢を叶えてあげた対価ってことにしてもらうわよ。
For making two your dreams come true?
大丈夫。
So who did our
安心して。
Beato manifest from? Probably from the human Beato. And then Virgie manifested from Kumasawa. But we have no information about this human Beato though.
残る5人の生贄に
Except that
つ
she
いて
died from
は
falling off
あ
a
んたの
cliff.
家族は外してあげるわ。
For the remaining 5 sacrifices, outwould your family?
そうね。ルドルフ、キリエ、クラウス、ナツヒ。あ
Jessica.
とは老いぼれの南條なん
Oh,
かどう？
Nanjo. Jesus.
ちょうどいいわ。この5人を殺すわ
Jeez.
ね。
See, even she's calling Nanjo an old geezer, bro. It's not just me.
あなただけに明かす殺害予告。
A murder announcement? So can't she save them then? If she knows that Ava Beatrice is gonna kill Rudolph, Kirie, Kraus, Natsuhi, and Nanjo, can't our Ava just go ahead and protect them? Yo, do something, Ava. She fell. Ava finally crouched down. Hideyoshi rushed up to her and lent her his shoulder. Nanjo, roll away? You think Nanjo knows how to barrel roll?
大丈夫か？無理せんと休もう。
Yeah, let's rest up.
大丈夫かね、南條先生。エヴァ。
When Nanjo and George tried to approach Ava, Ava made a gesture to stop them.
ありがとう。大丈夫よ南條。薬なら飲んでるの。こんな非常事態で申し訳ないけど、もう少しだけ休ませてもらう。
Alright, now what?
母さん、僕も肩を貸
I'll
す
lend
よ。
a hand too.
ありがとう。お父さんが見ててくれるから平気よ。あな
Aww.
たは2階のいとこ部屋に戻って決して出てこないよう
Don't
に。
come out no matter
いいわ
what?
ね。何があってもゲストハウスを出ちゃダメ
You
よ。
must not leave the guest house.
外にはあの魔女が。
That witch is...
もう喋るなや。
Can someone pick that up? Kirie, pick that up. She said witch. She's
みんな
outside.
すまん
Come
な
on, Kirie. Come
わ
on.
しはエヴァを部屋で看病
I'll
し
be
とる。
watching over Ava in the room.
なんかあったら呼んでや。
Hideyoshi and Ava retreated from the lobby. Of course, Ava wasn't the only one who wasn't feeling well. They hadn't gone a wink of sleep since the previous night and had been pressed by tension since the morning. And because they haven't been sleeping, after a while of not sleeping, you start hallucinating things. Maybe. They were mustering their energy to protect their families. But if they relaxed even just a little, surely every one of them would be down and out. Alright.
ここまでは順調であるが、ここからが難しいぞ。
Everything has gone to plan so far? What?
難しいとは？
大抵の場合、儀式が進行するにつれ犠牲者が増えると、彼らは守りを固めるよう
Ooh, okay, so that's why she put those envelopes. Okay. Okay.
多くの場合、一ところに固ま
They
って
hope
動
in
か
one
なく
person
な
stop
る。
moving. So now somehow Ava Beatrice has gotta make them fight each other
そ
somehow.
れは我らにとって、
それは私たち魔女が群れた人間に劣るということですか？
I guess.
魔女が人間に劣ることはない。ただ、時代が変わり、人間が毒を持つように
Humans have
な
gotten
っ
their hands on a poison? Like what?
大昔の魔法が信じられていた時代は問題なかった。
Wait, what poison? Times change that humans have gotten their hands on a poison? This wasn't a problem long ago during the period when witches were believed in.
現代人は
But just like the annoyance about where people in the current era generally deny magic.
基本
Okay.
的に魔法を否定する。つまり存在自体が反魔法
It's
的な。
anti-magical. Ah, it makes
その
sense.
結果、彼らはいつの間にか体内に魔法を否定する毒素を有する。
Does this relate to the whole wavelengths thing? They possess a toxin inside their bodies that denies magic. So...
つまり人間の数が多ければ
the
多
more
いほ
humans
ど
they are, the more that they resist.
その反魔法の毒素が強くなって私たち魔女には不利だとおっしゃられるのですか？
彼らの魔法を否定する心の力、すなわち対魔法抵抗力の合計値が
Okay.
わかるか？そなたにはちと難し
Is that a bit
い
too difficult for you?
ご
No.
冗談を。実に簡単にわかります。つまり魔法を信じない人間が多ければ多いほど、
Yep.
そしてその意志が強ければ強いほど
Yep.
魔法は効果を劇
And
的に実
because
装されるとおっしゃっ
and
ておられ
because
るん
Mario
ですね。
believed in magic and Rosa somewhat believed in it, it was easier to kill them.
なるほど。そのような計算式ならば攻め方を考え
That's
直
the
さ
kind
な
of
ければ
formula
な
is
り
how
ま
to
せ
rethink
ん。
my method of attack. Fundamentally, magic possesses a vast power. It can even make a rain of fire fall from the heavens, divide a sea, and reviving a lost life isn't impossible either. However, that power is extremely weak against a toxin that rejects it. And that toxin had been piling up in humans since the time they forgot their respect for all things sacred. Until finally this earth was covered with enough toxin that the miracles of magic could not be displayed. Thus, witches from across the world were chased from their dwellings. They were forced to choose whether to throw away their magic and live as humans, or live in hiding in remote areas where the toxin of humans didn't reach. In that sense, Rokkenjima, with its population of only 10 to 20 humans, was extremely favorable for witches. And even more favorable was the existence of the ghost story about the witch who lived in the Rokkenjima forest. And who set up that story? Kinzo! Right? Kinzo and the servants! Essentially, the fear that a witch might exist permeates the island to a certain extent, weakening the anti-magic toxin from the humans, a small population and a margin of possibility to accept a magical being. In other words, minds that were only weakly magical. Only in the valley who those two converged could a witch live in modern times. Bro, she looks just like fucking Mario in that portrait though, man. That's weird.
つまりその計算式によるならば
So by this formula, we can say that there are several rules a witch must follow to use her
いく
power
つかのルー
efficiently.
ルがあることになりますね。一つは演出。
Creating a
人
scene,
間の仕業と
creating a
は
murder
思
scene
え
that
ない
you
殺
couldn't
人を
imagine
演
was done by
出し
humans that create
オ
with
カルト的
occult
な装飾
ornaments.
を施して彼らに魔女の存在を強く
That's what she did.
浸透
That's
さ
why
せ
she
ること
drew
に
the
よって
red circles in blood and she left
彼
the
らは魔
envelopes
女の
there.
存在を信じるようにその結果反魔法力が減少して魔法力の分母の減少も
But I feel like a crazy way to do it is if they were all grouped up into like one area and then one person just randomly died. I feel like if you were able to pull that off somehow, like all of them would believe in magic.
なるほど。第一の番の不気味な魔法
Creepy
陣の
magic
演
circles of the
出な
first
どは
Twilight were created.
そうよ、その通り。毎回の第一の番のどぎつい演出はすべてその別に決してわらわが残酷な
Definitely
のが
not
好
as
きで
though like
面白
cruel
半分
things
でや
or
っていたわけではないの
she's saying this out loud just to appease Battler. Yeah,
だと
bro.
したら先代様
Why did she do
今
it?
回のは失敗ですね
This time was a
殺
failure?
し方が非常に地
Killed
味
him in
で
a very
した
plain
ただの
way.
ミステリーにしか見えません
Yeah, there is no magic circle, no nothing.
ロノウェイに聞いていますが前回や前々回のように遺体をもっと派手に損壊してファンタジーに見せかけ彼らに恐怖
Make it
心を
look
植
like
え
a
付ける
fantasy
べ
and
きでした
instilling
ね
fear into those people?
まあそうだな毎回それでは芸がないと思ってな深く考えるでない
It actually really had been her whim. After being told all that by Battler, she couldn't just say it out loud anymore. But she had decided her method of killing based only on a whim. No, would it be better to say that she had half-heartedly let Renaud decide? Because she had left the locked room of this game's first Twilight to him. But if Beatrice had gotten a cruel idea, then she surely would have explored the limits of atrocity even worse than the last game.
ローザとマリアの殺し方についてもそれも
But that wasn't a
私
course of
たち
action
魔女に
beneficial
利
to us
する
witches
行為で
either,
はあり
was
ま
it?
せん
No, it
ね
was not!
実際彼らは現時点では魔女が実在するなんてこれっぽっちも信
Which
じ
makes
て
it
ません
harder for Ava.
ファンタジーでなく完全にミステリーだと確信して
Play
い
in
ま
the
す
mystery genre?
私たち魔女にとって失敗した展開です先代様が どういうわけかぬるいやり方を繰り返したせいです。
ああ、そのだな。若いうちの苦労は買ってでもしろと言うではないか。
Okay.
先代からそなたへのこれは試練である。
What?
慎んで挑むがよいぞ。
That makes no sense. Fake ass laugh. Beatrice tried to laugh heartily, but it was obviously a fake laugh trying to cover something up. And the new witch shrugged, sighing.
この段階から演出によって反魔法力を減ずるのは、となればもう一つの手。
By killing someone in front of their eyes.
人間の分散が良いでしょう。
Having the humans split up? If they had to split up, it would probably either be for food or I don't know.
それが最も効果
Probably
的で
for
あろう。
food though, I think.
人間の人数が少
Small
なけれ
number
ば
of
少
humans and
な
more
い
the
ほど
denominator
その
shrinks.
結果魔法力はてきめんとなる。つまりこの籠城状態をいかに崩して
Crucial point
少
from here
人
on
数
will
に
be how to
分
destroy
散
this
させる
barricade
かが
situation and have them split up into
ここか
small
らし
groups.
かし彼らはもはや用心深
Very
い。
cautious.
容易には籠城を崩せぬぞ。前々回の金蔵の書斎での籠城、前回の客間での
Barricade and Kenzo studied 2 games ago when they were in the study hall. The barricade in the parlor. She was able to break this because of the mysterious note appearing, and then Natsumi kicking them out. Barricade in the parlor was when Rosa kicked them out. With the whole envelope, right? When Battler had set up his foot on the table, and then an envelope appeared.
ましてや今回は老快な大人勢がほとんど
Discord
残っ
Magic
た状
Circle,
態で
yeah.
の籠城となって
The
い
more
る。
most of the cunning adults have been left this time.
状況はそなたが望むなら特別に助言を
Special
与えてやっても
advice?
良いのだが
What would she do? If the first murder case occurs in a closed circle, the survivors hold up without fail, gathering together to observe each other and ensure their safety. Worrying about how to break the situation apart is probably the domain of murderers and mystery authors, and how ludicrous it is that witches who were meant to exist at the other end of the spectrum share the exact same worry. For a while, the new witch poked her cheek with her index finger, making gestures as though deep in thought, and eventually spoke.
いいえ、結構です。
She don't need no fucking
試練
hint.
ですから。
It's a test?
先代様の手は借りません。
That's a lot of confidence from you, Ava.
しかしだな、籠城を崩すのはなかなかに難しい。
She said, fuck you, I don't
すで
need
に
you.
手は打ってあります。
Alright.
きっと引っかかるはずです。
What's her move?
頭のいいやつならむしろ必
If they're smart,
ず。
then it definitely will?
そうか。
What do you mean they're
そなたは
smart?
優秀であるな。手のかからぬ弟子でわらわは嬉しいぞ。
Laughing.
私、人に聞く前に自分で勉強するが
So
モ
the
ット
things
ー
we're
なの
simply
で。
asking other people? That's a
そ
okay
れでは
motto.
失礼します。獲物がのこのこと誘い出されるのを
Wait for my prey to
待
get
たねばなりま
nonchalantly
せん
lured
ので
out? Who's the prey? The adults?
それではしっかりな。
Okay. As the new witch lowered her head, her face blank, she turned into gold butterflies and hid herself. Piotr looked slightly unamused. It seemed she was lonely since she hadn't been relied on at all. Aww. Poor thing, I guess.
どいつもこいつも
Not one of them bothers themselves with me.
魔女見習いの天狗
You
に
witch
なりよって
apprentice acting so
今に
smart.
手痛いミスをして泣き言を言うに違い
And
な
then she'll
い
come
ぞ。
crawling back to you, right?
その時こそようやくわらわの偉大さを理解し
Aww.
教えをこうとす
See,
る
she
に違
just
い
wants
な
to
い
be
のだ。
heard and understood. She wants to feel seen by somebody.
それまでわらわは
Ah,
高みの見物。
She laughed loudly on the outside, but a laugh no one could hear as completely pointless. Beatrice started to feel empty and quickly stopped laughing. Renaud chose that time to show himself.
失礼いたします。
Excuse me?
おマトラ様との第2の番の
Game
ゲ
of
ーム
Second
が
Twilight
終了
Valor
いた
has
しました。
ended? Well, now
ご
what?
苦労であった。守備。
申し訳ございません。リザインさせていただきました。
He was forced to resign? Oh shit! Battler cooked him! Wait, Battler cooked
マト
Renaud?
ラ様のローザがマリアを考察。
That's it!
その後に
Rosa
自
strangled
死
Mark to
は
death and died in an
バカに
accident?
て両
And
名
I
他
struck
殺で
down
切
and
り
read
返
with
したの
both
です
deaths with
が、
homicide.
エヴァを主犯に据え
But I
な
could not
かった
repel his chain of
一連の
moves,
差し
placing
手を切り
Ava
返
as
せ
a
ません
principal
でした。
offender?
エヴァは秀吉にずっと看病されて部屋で寝ていたであろうが。
Yeah. unless Hideyoshi was covering it up for Ava.
秀吉も共犯で両名でアリバイを作った可能性を提示されました。
There it is.
秀吉まで疑うか。
He even suspects Hideyoshi.
殺害時には客室にいたと赤にで叩き切って
They
や
were
れ
in
ば
the
よいで
guest
は
room
な
at
い
the
か。
time of the murder.
それも考えましたが、いずれにせよ数手先で
several pieces might have taken several moves later.
かもしれません。それにこの手が新しき
Possibility
ベ
that
ア
this
トリー
move
チェ
was
様
part
が
of the
撃たれた
preparations made by the
奇
new
跡の可能性も
Beatrice.
ありますので、
Okay,
それ
interesting.
を尊重することといたしました。申し訳ありません。
布石か。
What's her preparations
あ
though?
やつ頭が切れるようだからの。好きにさせておくがよい。どこまでやれるか見ものだ。
そうおっしゃると思いました。
No
弟子
way.
が可愛くないので、ご機嫌斜めとお見受けしますよ。
A little bit.
余計なお世話だ。あやつめ。ここからの籠城をどう崩していくつもりなのか。
Maybe she would drop an envelope, right? She drops an envelope in the lobby and then declares that someone in the family has solved the riddle, but she won't outwardly say it because it's still Ava Beatrice and she's still trying to hide that fact. But in order to create discord among the family members, especially the adults, I think the easiest way would be to announce that someone has solved the riddle. Yeah, maybe.
わらはもじっくり拝見さ
I
せ
shall
て
keep
も
a
らうと
close
する。
eye on her.
ああ。バトラ
Aw,
の
she
機嫌の方は
cares. She cares about Butler's mood.
落ち着いておられるように見
It
えま
appeared
し
as though
た。
he had to calm himself
やはり
down.
お嬢様が相手でないと盛り上
He
が
couldn't
らない
get
とおっ
fought
しゃ
out
ってお
without
い
you
で
as
し
his
たよ。
opponent.
そうか。
Damn. They both need each
そうであ
other.
ろう、そうであろう。
Oh, that makes her happy.
第4の番以降はやはりわらわが復帰しないと
If
バ
I
トラも
return
寂し
for
か
the
ろう
fourth
な。
twilight and after Butler will probably be lonely by himself.
それでは私
And
は
with that, if you would
美
accuse
味しい
me,
クッキーを焼かねばなりません。
some cookies.
せめてお嬢様とバトラ様のお話が弾みますように。
Okay.
あいつお前のクッキーボリボリ食ってたな。
I think she likes
や
Butler.
はり男の子だからお腹がすくの
He's
で
a
あろ
boy
う。
that he can eat so much. So she doesn't like Kinzo, but she likes Butler.
多めに入れてやれ。
Okay. Damn. Cooked, bro.
かしこまりました。
So that means what, hold on. Does Kinzo know about this? Probably not,
クッ
right?
キーでテー
Probably
ブル
not.
を埋めてご覧に入れ
She'll
ま
make
しょう。
enough cookies to bury the table.
それが良いぞ。
You do just that? Well, now what? What's going on? Alright, I think that's a great place to end things off here. I'm gonna just save though. Cause my stomach has been hurting for the past like hour and a half, bro. Dude? It's right at the end? Okay, fine. I'll keep holding it in then. What's going on? What do you want to talk about? Kirie called Rudolph out into the corridor. It was obvious that she wants to talk about something that she didn't want others to hear.
あのね。
I?
私表へ出たい。
What? Why does she want to go outside? What? Oh. Okay. Okay, chapter end. Wow, that really was a chapter end. Okay. Wait, why would she go out to fucking... Wait, what? No, I want to find out though. Fuck. I actually want to find out. Oh, fuck. Oh, whatever, man. Whatever. We'll save it tomorrow. What a crazy cliffhanger here. Alright, we will find out why Kirie wants to go outside here tomorrow. But that was cool. That was mad chill. But I got a shit though. Unfortunately. My stomach's been fucking hurting for a really long time here. Yeah, tomorrow? Yeah, it's tomorrow. What do you mean? Where is... Streamlabs? Get out of here, bro. Tomorrow, yeah, I always stream on Mondays. Hold on. Alright, for the next chapter reactions? Yeah, bro, it would be fucking sensational here. So far, it's been a lot of build-up, but I think this build-up is a lot more interesting than episode 1 and 2 build-up. Like, I haven't really had a moment of, like, boredom from reading episode 3, in my opinion, so... But I think because of how episode 1 and 2 were like set up, is why episode 3 is a lot more enjoyable, because we know a bunch of background information already that was set up from episode 1 and 2. I think that's why, right? Anyways, thanks for watching. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Take care of yourselves, but I gotta fucking shit really bad. Good night. Take care. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. See ya. DBZ fights? Yeah, pretty much. Good night, dude. See ya. Enjoy yourselves.